Honk.
That is what I am talking about. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Arvanauts. Welcome all to a Tuesday stream. It is September 10th. Can you believe we are only 5 days away from the middle of September? Do you remember the 10th day of September? Love was changing our minds. So anyway, it is good to see you all. I hope everyone is doing well. I was glad to see as much hype as there is in chat. I am also hyped today because we are starting a new Fighting Fantasy Gamebook today with the amazing illustrations of TariToons. And it is, as you can see, Skylord, which is a four-armed dude on a freaking air bike. It's all about it, right? I'm super excited about it. Also excited about some information about the subathon, the Arvathon coming up a week from Friday and stuff like that. So before we go any further, just a couple of reminders about ways to support us on the channel. If you haven't done so already, please follow us on the channel. Please check out our YouTube with !ArvTube. And if you're watching me over on the YouTube channel, please sub to me over there. And please come sub to us over on the Twitch channel. Discord is !ArvCord, where you can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. Twitter is !ArvTweets. Blue Sky, !ArvSky. TikTok, !ArvTalk. And the website for this is arvanelaron.com. Don't forget that Hearthglow, our podcast covering the time between Return to the Forbidden Library and Beyond the Forbidden Library, is live there right now. The page is available, and we are going to be posting episode 4 this week of that show, and then episode 5 next week, and then 6 the week after that, and then there's a break, and then 7, 8, 9, and on and on. Very excited about Hearthglow. And also please support us on the Gen GM's webpage, YouTube channel as well, which is Zach Clay's and my DM's Tips and Advice show. We've got more of that coming very soon, so thank you ahead of time for spreading the word. On the financial front, !ArvTrayon sitting right below the chat on your screen there, currently sitting at 14 people. There's more than that, but 14 paid people. $100 a month. We're trying to boost that number. The higher number that we can get, the more we can support videos and overlays and various other initiatives we do all year. So please do support us there. That's going to be part of the Arvathon coming up a week from this Friday. You can also sub to the channel to get those custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch during the month of September. This is a good time to be doing it, so please consider that. And also support us with !Arv Shop, which is the merchandise area for the channel as well. On the publishing front, !Icarus is my graphic novel from Athos Arts. !Library is my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And Greyshade, that is my Greyshade IP, the Grey Assassin trilogy, which is now complete. Greyshade, Renegade, and Heretic, available from Athos Arts at that link. Please get those there. Please also get the audiobook of Greyshade from our very own Trent Sparks. You can get those at that link as well. And you can also pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Greyshade, which is going to be coming out late this year, early next year. Very excited about that. And yeah, that's going to be a good time. And you can pre-order that from our very own Brandon O'Brien and Alligator Alley Entertainment. And as always, !BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. !Help Now, which is the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And of course, if you have not already done so, please support !Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message we will do so for others in this situation in the future. Big day of streaming for us today. We're going to start with this as we launch Skylord today. Then over on GOG Twitch.com's Twitch channel at 4 p.m. Eastern, I will be finishing up either the last session or the second to last session of Black Geyser Couriers of Darkness, which is super cool. I have no idea what I'm going to play next. I am thinking about, do I want to take one more shot at going back to play the Tintin game and finish that up? Maybe. I'm not sure, but I'm looking forward to different games that I might try over there. We will see. So that's going to happen next. And then I will be back here tonight for another conclusion. And this one I'm guaranteeing we're going to conclude. And that is the epic conclusion of the Banner Banner Saga 3 with your vocalist tonight. As the end of an era, our Banner Saga games come to an end, and we get ready for a new game starting next month. It's going to be something more lighthearted, probably not going to be Ace Attorney. I think what I'm probably going to do is a lighthearted game tomorrow, next month, and the month afterwards. And then in December, we have our big Christmas Carol with your vocalist. And then starting in January, we might do some more Ace Attorney. We'll see how the our vocalists are feeling, but very excited to be wrapping up the Banner Saga 3 tonight. That is going to be a good time. And the last thing I want to mention just quickly is on Thursday night, we will be continuing with Forgotten Realms, Unlimited Adventures, Curse of the Fire Dragon, but it looks pretty clear that we are in the home stretch of that game now, and we probably will finish it in the last session. But I have very good news about that. No, I totally affect life. That's my plan. We have very good news about that, and I don't want to reveal it yet, except to say that on Thursday, I'm going to be talking about how the subathon is going to work, and I'm going to also be explaining the game that we'll be playing. It will be a Forgotten Realms Unlimited Adventures game, so we're going to be doing that. But this thing that I've discovered actually means that chat will be able to not just buy subs, not just sub to the channel to support the subathon and to keep the good times rolling, to keep me playing for longer, but they will also be able to do so to be a part of the game itself. And I am excited for this, and I cannot wait to tell you all. The numbers have continued to pick up on the Forgotten Realms games, so very excited for this. I am a little bit stunned at how many games there are available for Unlimited Adventures of all different types. So it's going to be cool. I'm super excited about that, but you can tune in for that on Thursday night. And I should also mention that tomorrow night we have more community D&D with Waterdeep Dragon Heist, which is going to be cool. And in fact, now that I think of it, I'm going to make a note to myself to change the stream title so that we can make sure that that is set to go. Yes, so that's going to be cool. Very excited with the Shadow Crew. That will be happening on Wednesday as well. It's going to be good times. I am so excited. Okay, but today the time has come for something pretty amazing, because it is time to introduce my good friend TariToons, who is here with us and is ready to play. And let me see. So I'm going to show you all. Let me see if I can set this up. Hold on, because I want to make sure that the first thing you see is the artwork. Okay, here we go. Now, you see the channel, right, chat? You see the channel right in front of you. Or you see the, I should say, you see the cover, not the channel. You see the cover right in front of you. And now watch as we move over to reveal. Yeah, there we there we go. Although this version makes it look like it's like this delusional beluga whale, like riding the freaking mud bike.
Maybe it is a delusional beluga whale.
Oh my God, that's so great. Oh man. Only Tari can do work this good. Is this Mr. Toad? It does look like the incredible Mr. Toad.
Who is the incredible Mr. Toad?
From Wind in the Willows, one of a wonderful, wonderful book about a character, a toad, who basically like constantly gets into trouble because he's always buying stuff and then wrecking it. So like he buys motor cars and then he constantly crashes them and everything. And so yeah, if anyone ever looks for the band Tiger Moth Tales, which is actually just one person, Peter Jones, who is a wonderful musician and who has been blind since birth, actually, is a wonderful musician. And he has a song, I think, called Toad of Toad Hall, where he basically sings a song about this. It's very cool. If you like anything relating to progressive rock, you totally should check out Pete Jones and Tiger Moth Tales. It's super cool. Anyway, that's awesome. Tad has been reading it every week. Wind in the Willows is a wonderful book. It really, really is. So, it's the ultimate example of cozy. And I'll say one other quick thing about that. Also, there are 2 chapters in that book that actually, it's considered a children's book. It is a children's book. But there are 2 chapters in that book which take it a step above the sort of standard. The guy who wrote it, Kenneth Graham, his day job was he worked at a bank, and he wasn't a very happy guy by all accounts. But
he worked at a bank.
Exactly. I repeat myself, right? But both of those chapters, one having to do with this water rat is one of the characters, and he meets a sea rat. amazing. And then the chapter, which is just a towering achievement, is called The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. It is an extraordinary chapter. It's so well written that you're like reading this like, oh, it's a nice children's book. And then it's like, we have risen to the level of overwhelming literature. And you're like, what just happened? And then it goes back to the funny stuff about Toad. Like the whole book is good, but that's a chapter where you're like, whoa, this dude was like writing above himself when he hit this chapter. Just absolutely wild. That's right. Water rats are actually voles. Yes, that's right. That's right. Super cool though. Oh man. Yeah, I love Wind in the Willows. It's a quiet, most of it is sort of slower paced and quiet. There's definitely some action in it, but the whole thing feels very cozy. It's a perfect book to read, not only to kids, it's also a perfect book to read in winter. If you want to read a book in winter, like it's one of those like very heartwarming books. Very cool stuff. Anyway, High Flying Enemy. You remember Skylord? Yeah, I have heard about this book, that this book has got some problematic representation issues, so I will have to work my way around them as I go. But also, I can't resist that cover. And again, let's just show you, all right? So cover, right? Tari. Cover, Tari. Cover, Tari. Cover, Tari. I mean, that cover's cool, but, I mean, listen. Obviously, Tari's work is just a step up.
Thank you.
It actually looks like you, if I flash it like that on screen, it does literally look like you're just like one of those like a game, like it's like one of those games where you can like go back and forth to the original graphics, and then like it's very cool. The guy on the cover looks like one of the pod racers Sebulba took out in Phantom Menace. Yeah, it really does.
Oh yeah,
totally does. Oh
True.
Man. Anyway, Tari, how are you? How's life with you in the universe, etc.?
I'm good. Was supposed to stream last week, but I got sick, sadly. Had like a really bad ear infection. Was half deaf for about a week, which wasn't fun. But I'm better now, so here I am. Hello.
I'm glad that you were here to join us.
Thank you. And yeah, besides that, I'm good. Currently enjoying the drop temperatures. Like suddenly autumn came in without a warning.
Yes. It fell upon us, if you will.
So yeah, sitting here wrapped in a blanket, being warm and cozy.
Well, here I will provide you. If you look over there, you can see there is one of my cats also providing extra cozy.
Very nice, very nice.
Just to add on the cozy meme. I meant to ask you, does Lorelai often sit with you when you're in your office, like at your desk or computer, or does Lorelai not do that?
Sometimes when the window is open, she likes to sit on the windowsill.
Okay.
While I draw, and other times she just comes into the office if she wants something from me, usually food, or just complain that I'm sitting at my desk too much. Which, according to her, is all the time.
Yes, that's true. Why are you not continually available to pet me if I wish it?
Yeah, honestly. But no, other than that, not really.
Okay. It depends on.
Well, I mean, when it's cold, actually, then like cold, then she likes to sleep inside my hoodie while I'm sitting at my desk, which is very nice.
Oh yeah, that's
very nice and comfy.
Oh man.
But no, besides that, I don't think so.
Yeah, I was just curious. I'm always interested in the different, like, Ganesh likes to hang out either up on the cat tree or likes to go and lean his head up against the back wall of the office. Yeah, I'm sherbert. About you. That's right. He's like looking at me. What, you talking about me? Whereas my other cat, Sherbert, basically likes to chase. And now that it's fall, I can start opening the windows, the skylight, because my office gets a lot of light. I just can't in the summer. That overheats my room, so I got to keep the blinds closed. But now that they're open again, he likes to come up and then basically chase the sun, the sun spots across the room, like lie in it and then kind of pull his way over with his paws when it moves and whatever. So he's
very cute.
Yeah, he's all about it. So, well, I am excited to get us started. And yeah, look at the man. Look at all the shading and stuff. It's great. I am excited for the game today. So, chat. I'm going to have us name our character. or rather, sorry, I'm going to give us details about the stats for our character, but I do need to say this is going to be a case, one of the few cases where we do not have a choice of name. And the reason is that we are a specific person. We are, to be exact, Skylord Jang Mistral. You know, Skylord Jang Mistral. You know about that. Our boy Skylord Jang Mistral. We are Skylord Jang Mistral. So I'm going to read this, and then we're going to give the statistics for Skylord, and we're going to go from there. So you, that means us. You are Skylord. You, that's Tari specifically. Tari, you are Skylord.
I'm Skylord.
You are Skylord. I think we're all Skylord in a way. You are Skylord Jang Mistral, elite solar trooper, special agent, and four-armed humanoid warrior from the 16th Aeon. Oh, yeah, that's definitely what we are.
Four-armed. Okay.
That's right. You got 4 arms. Your home planet, and I don't actually know whether
I do have 4 arms, 2 of them actually.
That's well. The funny thing is, I see what you did there. The thing about this thing on the cover is I can't tell if this thing is something we're fighting or if this thing is us. I don't totally know. I think it's something we might be fighting. But anyway, your home planet, Ensulina, is just one of countless thousands of worlds inhabiting the famous Holo-Faluk star chain, a dazzling spray of more than 100,000 live stars and innumerable planetoids bordering the Berenice's supergalaxy. Some of these worlds, whether baking in the wild solar flares of nearby suns or wandering the bitterly cold galactic wastes, are only lifeless husks. These are of little value to anyone except the ruthless galactic pirates and space desperados who use them for their evil purposes. Yet there exist many other worlds less daunting, with kinder climates and hospitable environments, and on many of these a wondrously diverse array of life forms have established themselves. Your own race, the Ensilvars, is a blood mix of 2 ancient nations, the Dawn-time Enzuls, the planet's original inhabitants, and the Ivars, a war clan from Iajax Green. The Ivars invaded Enselina during the Second Aeon, at first defeating and later mixing into the more populous Enzul race. The resulting nation of gray-eyed, four-armed humanoids retained the best traits of all their ancestors: culture, wisdom, and courage. As a result, they have been respected and admired by the inhabitants of many other planets in the star system, particularly the 2-armed humanoids. This is like 4-armedist, is what this is. This is like blatant bigotry against 2-armed people in favor of 4-armed people, and enjoyed a peaceful existence for many years. During the 12th Aeon, however, a vast galactic war suddenly broke out. 2 powerful races, the Fethps, literally spelled Fethps, the Fethps, greedy 2-headed reptiloids, and the Dike, large purple molluscoids of unknown origins. These are like big clams.
Well, I've met a few dikes in my life, and I don't think any of them qualify as mollusks. So
I don't. They're large purple molluscoids of unknown origin. So they're big clams, I guess. Always deadly rivals, had secretly amassed mighty armies and space fleets. Simultaneously, their armadas stormed across the galaxy at each other, destroying or conquering the planets in their path. The war raged for thousands of years, during which time Enselina was conquered by the merciless Dike. The Ensilvars were enslaved and forced to... Wait, the Ensilvars were enslaved, if you will, and forced to produce war machinery for their captors. Only gradually, following wave upon wave of murderous assaults on each other, did the strength of the Dike and Fethps began to wane. In the 13th Aeon, the enslaved races of thousands of worlds were sparked to revolution. Led by Ari Skyfarer, a human from Arbitract, they rapidly outlasted their cruel masters, and employing the weaponry they had previously been forced to build, finally drove both the Dike and Fethps from the star system. I really hope we don't have to fight the Fethps, so I don't have to keep pronouncing that all day. The end of the war signaled the beginning of the long peace which has lasted to this day. Ari Skyfarer, the greatest galactic hero, was crowned first Grand Emperor, and in order to maintain a lasting peace, the Council of Star Kings was formed. There's a lot going on here. Someone has definitely taken every space term they ever wanted to and thrown it in the same book. The council, whose members include the kings of many worlds, including your own King Vox, usually meets every 500 days at the Grand Emperor's Palace on Arbitract. There, the council tries to resolve peacefully any disputes between its member planets and reaffirms its intention to defend its planets from alien threats, galactic pirates, and intergalactic invaders. The latter functions are performed by the Emperor's Imperial Guard or by the heroic Solar Troopers, of whom you are a member. On Enselina, the title of Lord is not a birthright, but must be earned in some way. It was your exceptional skill and courage shown when fighting in the ranks of the Solar Troopers which earned you your first lordship title, that of a Knight of Enselina, when you were only 20 years old. Since that time, your fellow peers, the Lords of Enselina, have often employed you as a special agent, performing hazardous and extremely secret missions to ensure the security of Enselina and the friendly worlds. Because of your accomplishments, you have been honored with further titles, the latest, that of Sky Baron, being awarded after capturing the murderous Olaf Tharkin and his band of solar cutthroats. By the way, Tari, before I go on, I think this is the picture of, like, I don't know if it's our guy, but it's like close. So you see he's got the forearms.
No, I'm going with this.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
I don't want to draw a muscle guy for this one. I
Yeah.
drew a muscle guy last time.
Yeah, no, I get it. No more muscles. But now you have been summoned to appear
Draw a
before King
weird-looking
Vox and your fellow lords to be briefed on a new mission, the most perilous, most challenging, and most unusual adventure of your career. Failure will bring disaster for Enselina. Success will bring you a treasure beyond your wildest dreams. However, before you can receive details of your mission, you must learn how to use your special skills and weapons and your starship, which will assist you during your course of your adventure. You'll also require 2 dice, a pencil, and an eraser to record your scores and equipment gained along the way. Suddenly, our boy Jang Mistral has also got to roll dice. Okay, so as per usual, some of this is quite traditional. We have skills, stamina, and luck. So I need someone here, and let's change those up here. Skill, stamina. I need someone in chat who is willing to roll dice for us today and who can help us come up with our original statistics. Who wants to roll stats so that we can know what our skill is? What do we got? What are we thinking about? Waiting for the response from chat. Waiting for the response from chat. Okay, if anyone else wants to do it, they can. But if not, obviously always happy to have Triffid do it. I could see if my cat wants to do it, but he looks like he's asleep. Yeah. He seems not particularly interested in rolling dice.
Boo.
All right. So, I hope you're doing okay, Imaginary Exponent. I'm sorry you had a very tough day. Step away to meet with that. Okay, well then I'd say either Triffid or Effect Life. So Triffid or Effect Life, thank you for volunteering. Maybe both of you can do it over the next couple hours. Grievous, what's up, Axeman? Okay, that sounds good. So we're gonna roll. You're gonna roll a 6-sided die there, Triffid, and you can do that in there. Oh, just some issues with internet connection. Okay, I mean that still sucks, but at least it's not something even more serious. But okay, so Triffid, you're gonna roll a 6-sided die, and we're gonna add 6 to it. So let's get the highest result we can because this is skill, and skill is super important.
Skill.
We're going to roll this in chat. We're going to get, drum roll, continuing drum roll. It can't be Grievous, Axeman, because he actually can breathe. So, Jedi. Speaking of which, rest in peace to James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
93.
Damn, that's quite old.
Yeah, he would have been, he is a year younger than my father. So my father would have been 94 this year. It is it's $roll, and then space, and then I think it's D6. I think it's $roll space D6. I'm going to veto that. Go ahead and roll that again. A skill of 7 is going to suck. We're not going to do that. That's a good way for us to lose immediately. We're not the Suck Lord, Jang Mistral. We're the Sky Lord. So, that was just getting that out of your system. You were just,
Of course.
You were just warming up. I'm gonna veto that again. We need at least a 9. From long experience, I can tell you that a 7 or 8 is a good way to not have fun for this. So let's roll one more time. Anything from 9 and up is viable. 7 and 8 is just not. So one more time on that roll. Okay. All right. So it's like, all right, then fine. Okay. So 9. That at least is viable. Okay. Now we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll stamina, which is you're gonna roll 2 dice and add 12. So if you do $roll 2d6. Oh yes, please do follow that backer kit with that that call to action. Please do follow that if you can. It doesn't obligate you to anything, but those follower numbers are really helpful. In fact, I think I followed it. I don't know whether I did. Hang on a second. I'm going to do this now. And there we go. Lovely. There it is. Okay. 18 plus 12. So, okay, so a total of 18. All right, stamina 18. Good. All right, and now we're going to do luck. So again, for luck, you're going to roll 1 die and add 6 to the result. One die and add 6 to the result for luck. That is a 10. Okay, not bad. These are, basically mid numbers. Okay. You also begin your adventure with 10 credits, which is the most common galactic currency, not courtesy, but maybe also courtesy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, this one we don't need 2 of. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. Better be lucky than good, I know, right? Okay, now, there's 2 methods of combat. The one twist in this game is that there are 2 methods of combat. One of them is personal combat, which is very similar to it, basically. But that's personal combat, and occasionally you can use luck in combat in the same way. But then there are also combat weapons clash. And so it says, when you fight an opponent who has a rating and numbers for lasers and shields listed in the text, then you were involved in a combat weapons clash. Unlike personal combat, these encounters usually involve fighting between sophisticated combat vehicles, one of which is always piloted by yourself. You have already attained a good proficiency or rating in piloting many combat vehicles. Roll 1 die to determine your rating. If you roll a 1, 2, or 3, your rating is 3. If you roll 4, 5, or 6, your rating is 4. So I'm going to put in a rating here. And so we're going to roll 6, 1. I'm so sorry to hear that, you Christensen. I'm so sorry to hear that. My sympathies and condolences. I lost mine. Jeez. Oh my goodness. I lost mine 25 years ago. I lost my father. Jeez. And my mother now is 15 years this year. So, that's always difficult for sure. I'm so sorry to hear that, Christensen. Okay. So, rolling 1, 2, 3 is a 3, or 4, 5, 6 is a 4. So please roll that one for me, Triffid, if you do not mind. Okay, a 3.
Greg,
Yes. What happened?
didn't pick any music.
Oh yes. That's because we hadn't.
Like, why is it so quiet?
It's so quiet. It's because we're still. It's because we're still taking. We're still taking this off. Okay, let me see. Yeah, let's get some music going. So this obviously has to be space themed. So
I like space.
Space themed. So how about like.
What was that one game called again? Like from like the 90s? This like spaceship simulator that was like very obviously based on Star Wars, but they didn't have the Star Wars license
Wing
with
Commander?
like live action. Yeah, I think it was Wing Commander, possibly. What about that?
Wing Commander would definitely be a good call. Wing Commander OST. Okay. Yeah, not the Wing Commander movie soundtrack. That is.
There was a movie?
Well, no, there wasn't. There was a mistake. There was.
I see.
Okay, there we go. I've got I will put the link in there. This is the original Wing Commander OST soundtrack, the MIDI one. There we go. Okay. All right. So our rating is
Love me
3.
some MIDI music.
Yes, the power of MIDI compels you. All right. So the way it's going to work in combat weapon clashes is that in combat weapon clashes, you don't attack simultaneously. You decide whether your craft or your opponent's craft fires first. And that's based on your rating. If your rating number is greater than your opponent's, you shoot first. Otherwise, they shoot first. And the one who fires first is the attacker. Basically, the one who fires first is Han. The one who fires second is Greedo. That's basically what I'm saying. Okay, hold on a second. This probably still too loud. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. That's better. Right. Okay, now, you roll a die, and then if the result is less than or equal to the number of lasers on the attacker's combat weapon, he scored a hit, and you deduct 2 shields from the defender's combat weapon. Then the defender retaliates, you roll the die again, and you continue to do this stuff. Also, this is a cool thing. If you defeat your opponent who had a higher rating number than you, then you increase your rating by a point. So if we face someone with a rating of 4 and we beat them, then our rating goes up to 4, which I think is kind of cool. And then lastly, we start our adventure with a starship called the Star Spray. And there's actually a picture of the Star Spray, and it looks like, hold on, chat. It looks like, this is over here. It looks like this. So that's the Star Spray. That's our awesome ship. And so when we're fighting with the Star Spray, we use the Starship plan to record hits against the ship. And then after every combat, you restore your shields to their maximum. I don't know what our shield combat rating is yet or whatever, but we will get to that when we get there. Right now, I think we have 4 lasers and 12 force shield pods, but we'll add that. Actually, I can probably add that. Let's see. So let's see. So it's Star Spray lasers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then the last thing is shields. Shields up. All right, shields. And that is, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Oh my God, somebody ripped off Star Trek. The soundtrack.
Who would do such a thing?
Who would do that? Da, 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 da. Wow, that is, my goodness. That's really funny. Star Spray is really weird. every day you Star Spray, you get out on the front deck, trip it, and you go, "Good morning, Baltimore. The galaxy is my time." That's how we open up. The opening song of the musical Hairspray starts with "Good morning, Baltimore." Okay, there we go. All right. I
don't think I've ever seen that one. So.
Hairspray is a lot of people love Hairspray. It's fun. It's fun. I
know of it. I've never seen it.
Yeah. I think
like
there
most of those classic Broadway musicals don't really make it like back home.
Yes, with some, and there's some understandable reason in some cases as to why. Okay, there we go. Right. Okay, so we're set to go. All right, here we go, chat. The time has come. Here is our mission background. Man, there's a lot of info in this book. All right. I'm going to do a little bit of reverb here. Okay. The name El Bastin, even if only whispered, would certainly cause the faces of the Ensolvar palace staff to flush with anger. From poor King Vox, however, it would bring an uncontrollable outburst of such ferocity that the employment of a large hypodermic tranquilizer might well be advisable for his own well-being. Of course, it had not always been like this. In fact, there was a time when Lebastin, the now infamous galactic renegade and scourge of Insulina, had enjoyed a much more friendly relationship with your king. Nope, this is not working out with the echo. It's just not echo-friendly music. Text. In those days, he had occupied a position of authority and prestige. As Vox's major domo, his responsibilities had included the employment and supervision of the king's entire household staff, a job which he handled with due skill and diligence for a number of years. But then he took up a new hobby, cybernetics and genetic engineering, and his attitude changed drastically. In order to pursue his leisure time activity, Elbastan had to build a laboratory and equip it with many varieties of cloning, fusing, and transforming hardware, and then buy important scientific publications. Of course, all of this required a large amount of money. After running up sizable debts, Elbastan approached King Vox and begged for an increase in his modest wage. Following years of faithful service, he considered that he had earned it. The artful Vox, however, steadfastly refused, claiming that in the interest of the national economy, virtually no one in Ensalina had been allowed a pay rise for over 200 years. To grant one to Elbastan, he argued, could set a dangerous precedent which would undermine the entire economy to the mutual disbenefit of all. Not sure that I'm in favor of that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if I pay you, I'll have to pay everybody.
Yeah.
Elbastan, who believed that these were merely the words of a stingy ruler, because they were, was infuriated. The economy, as everyone well knew, had never been in better shape. In retaliation, the crafty courtier devised a scheme whereby he could obtain the money he needed for his creditors while simultaneously causing his tight-fisted monarch some inconvenience. The scheme went thus. On the pretext of maintaining exceptionally high standards of behavior among the palace catering staff, Elbastan began dismissing the stewards for trivial misdemeanors. Upon receiving their marching orders, these unfortunates were immediately escorted from the premises and informed that if they were ever able to return, they would face a speedy execution. In their place, the wily Elbastan substituted creations from his own laboratory. These obliged their master faithfully by investing their weekly wages with him. After his initial successes with the stewards, Elbastan set about dealing with the other palace staff with equal fervor. The fact that many of his creations resembled dismissed staff was no mere coincidence, and within a surprisingly short space of time, he was receiving pay packets from chefs, chauffeurs, guards, groundsmen, and even the king's personal advisors and henchmen, all without arousing the least suspicion. With his supplementary income thus assured, Elbastan got himself released from debt. For a while he contented himself with engineering whimsical creatures for his own amusement. The spider fly and the gigantic fanged armadillo-bodied rhinoceros in particular were sources of great satisfaction to him. Indeed, at that time, the chambers beneath his manor house fairly teemed with bizarre livestock. Eventually, however, Elbastan grew dissatisfied. The ultimate, the most rewarding experience, he concluded, could be derived only from the creation of the perfect life form, whatever that was. He grew determined to find out, although accomplishing the task would consume a considerable amount of money and require the acquisition of some extremely sophisticated equipment indeed. Purchasing a brand new metamorphosal hydrolyzer special required an enormous financial outlay, even more than his dishonest tactics had afforded him thus far. Another money-making scheme was required. Elbastan ordered one of his henchmen to pilfer and then pawn a number of palace artworks. Several antique porcelain vases were first to go, followed by a crystal statuette, the personal property of the king, and a cosmoscope entitled Birth of a Star. Since by now there were few reals left among the palace staff, Elbastan believed that the thefts would go unnoticed. And they would have, too, if he had chosen someone other than his creation, Ben Frumpet, to carry out the crime. What is this intro?
Hadn't been for you, meddling kids.
Oh my gosh. One day when Ben was in a local pawnbroker's establishment haggling over a suitable price for the stolen cosmoscope, in walked the real Ben Frumpet, his identical namesake. The real Frumpet, one-time head chef, had been unemployed since his dismissal from the palace and had gone to the broker to hock his gold watch. The real Frumpet suddenly twigged the situation and, after a brief protest, he stunned his facsimile and dragged it off to the local constabulary. Thus, Elbastan's conniving schemes were finally exposed. His henchmen were weeded out and the original staff reinstated. For his crimes, the king punished Elbastan severely. After a not too lengthy trial, Vox sacked Elbastan from his post, ordering his laboratory to be demolished and his manor house confiscated. The former major domo was to be thrown into the streets. But Elbastan, seething with anger, had other ideas. Clearly, he would soon be forced to leave Ensalina to continue his work. But first he planned a final mordant joke upon the king, now his sworn enemy. Disguising himself as a famous cosmetic surgeon, Elbastan visited the king's wife, Broomhilda, offering her beautifying treatment free of charge. Naturally, Broomhilda accepted. Contrary to his promised beautification, however, the despicable mastermind played an awful prank upon her. While she was upon the operating table, he carried out certain modifications to her, extending her nose by 10 inches, enlarging her eyes to the size of small saucers, and worst of
What?
all, grafting a large pineapple to her scalp. I'm beginning to think that someone here decided they would do a troll fighting fantasy gamebook. This cruel act was discovered only when the bandages were removed a week later, by which time Elbastan had fled the planet. Despite the generous reward offered for his capture, Elbastan has remained hidden for years. During the past week, however, a bounty hunter has landed, bringing startling news to Enselina. He claims to have tracked Elbastan to Arok, a man-built fortress world orbiting the galactic rim. Arok was abandoned by its makers centuries ago following a massive radiation spill. Since then, it's become the abode of dreadful galactic cutthroats and varieties of abhorrent creatures, as well as many eccentric recluses. The bounty hunter captured and interrogated a mutant, obtaining from it the following information. Deep within the vaults of Arok, Elbastan has long been experimenting on the local livestock, breeding and refining their better traits, until recently he developed the perfect life form he sought. Rumors say they are terrifying dog-headed super warriors with brutal strength and electrifying speed, calling themselves Prefectas. Albasta is busily cloning an army of them, which he will unleash upon the galaxy. Particularly harsh treatment is planned for King Vox and the Enselvars. Fortress Arok bristles with automatic missiles, lasers, and pulses, and is surrounded by energy shields and vacuum mines. At present, it is impregnable to invasion by a large force. But, as the bounty hunter has proved, a solitary craft may be able to pass through the screens and land undetected. Once down, this lone invader would need to destroy the planet's defense center, located beneath the Dome of Marvels deep within the planet's interior. Only by this means would an invasion fleet be able to land safely. The task ahead is fraught with danger, and only Enselina's most skillful agent, you, will have any chance of succeeding. Knowing that failure may cost billions of lives, still you have accepted the mission. If you succeed, however, the fabulous man... Yeah, exactly. I don't know. 1988, Triffin. The fabulous person-built world, is what they should say, will at last be decontaminated and repopulated, and you will be crowned its sovereign ruler. Now the time has come for you to leave your home planet Enselina and travel to distant Arok in your starship. All right.
That's
a lot of intro.
Incredibly dense.
Jeez.
Like, goddamn.
There's a lot going on there. My God. All right. All right, we got a picture here, so let's see if I have one that I can use. No, it is not. This one's a little bit more. Artificial world. Exactly. Evil cosmetic surgeon is a more original villain backstory. After a short rest, you gather your equipment and board your spaceship, the Star Spray, where you begin a quick pre-programmed countdown sequence. 10, 9, the energy banks hum. 8, 7, 6, thrusters ignite, your seat judders. 5, 4, 3, pulsars roar, a loudspeaker announces dimension hop imminent. 2, 1, bang. Okay, here's the bang, chat. Here's our ship taking off. Okay.
So
there we go.
what is our quest?
I think basically we have to track down. We have to stop. So
Evil surgeon.
we have to stop Elbastan, and we have to stop his army of terrifying clones from taking over the galaxy. I think that's basically it. Yeah, bang. I thought that too. Your home planet disappears from the video screen. The sky is black and starless. You've entered a warp lane. From this lane, you must steer the Star Spray into another dimension, one more suitable for rapid galactic travel to Arok. Your best opportunities are probably time-space travel in the 4th dimension or light space travel in the 6th dimension. Each has advantages over the other. Each also has its dangers. Will you time travel or light travel? All right, it's our first chat of the day, everybody. Where's my... Or it's my not first chat. First decision of the day is what I meant to say. Give me 1 second here. Wait for it. Okay, there we go. All right, so here we go. $ vote space 1 means that we're time traveling. $ vote space 2 means that we're light traveling. What's it going to be, time travel or light travel? It doesn't say what the advantages are. It just says there are advantages. Skylord Jang Mistral. You know, they had it so close, Tari. If they called it Skylord Jank Mistral, that would have been a whole other, you know.
Yeah, we're off to a great start with this book, aren't we?
It's just, now we actually get decisions. That's like a lot of pages of background. My God.
Exposition.
Seriously.
Out ASAP.
All right, so far it looks like chat, we have 4 votes for light travel and 1 vote for time travel. So I'm going to last call this. See whether we want to travel by light or time.
They do say that adventurers should always travel light, right?
Aha, I see what you did there. Very nice. It clearly is your time, Terry.
When isn't it? When isn't it?
Going once. Going twice. It's the unpublished story of what the writer was going through during the creation of Skylord. I know. I really can't wait to see the behind the scenes. Okay,
so
here we go.
how do we feel about my design?
I love, yeah, so
hero.
now it is, I love our design. What do you think, chat? This is the design of our hero, Skylord Jang Mistral. Is that a third eye, or is that a marking? Okay.
No, that's a third eye.
We've got a third eye, 3 eyes, 4 arms.
Third eye is wide open. That's why he gets so much exposition.
Oh, I see.
Because he can process it. You see.
I was actually expecting one of the hands was going to be like have a finger up, like, and another thing, like, because he's always like, let me tell you something else. It looks great, Tari. I love also the is that up? So we got like the Western style bandana around the neck type of thing. Yeah, very nice, very nice. So there we go, chat. That is Skylord Jang Mistral. Okay, so we are going to go with light travel, and hopefully we'll see something cool for Tari to draw here. Oh yeah, we do immediately. All right.
Oh boy.
You manipulate the controls and enter the 6th dimension in a blaze of color and sound. In Light Warp, the universe you know is folded upon itself in a complex color pattern, so that any planet or star can be reached merely by entering the appropriate portion of the color spectrum. Okay. It will take only a millionth of a second real time to reach Eric, but in less than half this time, your spaceship's electrostatic shields blaze with the impact of incoming missiles. From a higher dimension, a huge red rocket scooter appears. Its rider, a scruffy black tendrilled creature, wears a scarlet choker. It is the telltale mark of a Fabad redneck, a gang of galactic thrill seekers from the 33rd plane. The redneck... It's a redneck.
Because he wears red clothes.
Because he wears a red clothes. It's this guy. It's the redneck. Throttles towards you, making rude gestures and laughing manically. You must defend yourself against his lasers and explosive ram. I see. Explosions. All right.
You need to say it like Mr. Torque from Borderlands. Explosions. I can't do the voice. My voice doesn't go deep enough.
That's right. Okay, so we have to fight the Fabad redneck, chat, which is, yeah, somebody was like going to have a real good time with all of this. All right, so rating 4 means they get to go first. So they have lasers 5 and shields 8 is what we're going to do for this. 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right. Is this a scruffy nerf herder? One would think. It's true. All right, so the way this works is, because he has a higher rating, it means that he is going to go first. So he's going to shoot first. He is the Han Solo in this scenario, meaning that he's the attacker and we're the defender. So I'm going to start by rolling 1 die, and he's trying to get a 4 or less on 1 die. He gets a 5, which means he misses. So suck it, rating guy. All right, now it is our turn. Now we have on our ship, we have a grand total of 4 lasers. So we have to get a 4 or less. Actually, wait, on the attacker's combat weapon. Oh, no, I was wrong. It did hit. I'm wrong. I did hit. So we subtract 2 shields. So we go down to 10 shields. All right, so my bad. Now we get to roll. So Triffid, you're going to roll 1 die, and we're looking for a 4 or less is what we're looking for. We want a 4 or less on 1 die. Fire the lasers. There we go. All right. So he's down to
Why
6.
did you sound like Kermit there?
Fire the lasers. That would be Kermit. Jang Mistral here, and I'm the Sky Lord. Why are there so many 4-armed humanoids on the air bike?
How did the intro for Pigs in Space go again? And now,
Oh yes,
Pigs
in
in
space.
Space.
that was a banger theme too. Okay, right. So now they are going to roll again. They roll a 6. This time he misses. Okay, now it's your turn again, Triffid. Oh, well, thank you, Emily. Roll. All I had to do was imitate Patrick Mahomes' voice, and I had it. Oh, hey-oh. That's it. Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, which is Emily's husband's favorite team. So he's the greatest quarterback of all time, probably, but you know, it's fun to make fun of his voice because we can't make fun of his play because he's brilliant. All right. Okay, so we rolled a 5, which unfortunately is also a miss. Okay. He rolls a 1, which means we hit. He hits us. Now we have to roll a 4 or less. 4 or less on this one, Triffid. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. All right, the redneck is down to 4. He rolls another 1, so we are down to 6. Okay, so roll 4 or less. Roll 4 or less. Oh, also, there's a picture I forgot to mention. Here is the picture. That's what he looks like. That's a Fabad redneck who looks awfully tentacular, if you know what I'm saying. That's what he looks like. Okay, good. You hit him again. He's down to 2. All right. He rolls a 5, which means he does hit us, because I think it has to be equal to or less than, right? Equal to or less than. Yes, it is. Okay, so we lose 2 shields. All right, all we have to do is hit him one last time, Triffid, 4 or less on this last roll, and we will have defeated him. No. Okay, he rolls a 2. All right, now we really need to hit him. Like, really, really. We really have to hit him here. 4 or less. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Yay! All right. He is destroyed. And that also means that our rating goes up 1, because remember, he had a higher rating than us. So we beat the Fabad redneck, and once the combat is over, we restore our shields to full because the energy gets restored. So there we are. Now we are at rating 4. We are now, once we defeated the Fabad redneck. Well done, Triffid. Well done. We defeated him successfully. Okay. The redneck slams into your starship's tail, which luckily is still protected by shields. Prudently, you decide to exit Light Warp prematurely to examine the damage before continuing. Back in real space, the damage appears to be slight. A few smoldering pods are quickly extinguished, and a blood streak on the port retro is easily removed. This time, you decide to continue in the less dangerous 4th-dimensional time warp. However, before you can adjust your controls, you notice ahead of you a monstrous black hulk moving silently across the stars. Will we enter the time warp or examine the mysterious shape ahead? I was just going to say that. Would you like to go? Would you like to enter the time warp again? Or you could look at the Hulk. Are you gonna look at the Hulk? Okay. So, do you wish to chat? $vote space 1 means you enter the time warp. $vote space 2 means you examine the mysterious shape ahead. What is it going to be, chat? What would you like to do? What say you? Oh, that's cute. So $vote space 1 is we enter the time warp. $vote space 2 is we examine the very dangerous looking mysterious shape ahead of us. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. The option to explore is the second one. So entering the time warp is $vote space 1. Examining the mysterious shape ahead is $vote space 2. All right, we have 2 votes for 1. We have 1 vote for 2. And
Perfecting your swing is hard.
ooh, I'm liking this action shot that I see Tari getting together.
Thank you. I'm getting a headache.
Getting a headache.
Damn it. Yeah.
Oh.
It's fine. This is fine.
Tari, I was listening to the Wing Commander music, and I was thinking about because you fight these cat people, and one of the insults they do has to do with you being like descended from apes, right? But then I was immediately in my mind, what popped into my head was, "You'll pay, primate," and then I realized that's what the doppelgangers in Baldur's Gate do, right? When they attack you, and I was like,
Oh my god, yes, it's true.
wrong phrase, different game. Oh man! All right, last call on this. All right, entering the time warp or examining the mysterious shape.
Oop.
Going once. Going twice. And... All right, we are going to enter the time warp again. Just a step to the left. You manipulate your ship's controls and enter the 4th dimension. Outside, colors swirl and clash as you time warp towards Arak. It will take about 6 minutes real time to reach the planet. After 2 minutes, however, you notice a fuzzy purple blotch spreading over your starboard thruster. It is some kind of space weed which is growing rapidly in the fertile time warp energy field. If it's allowed to spread further, it may choke the thruster and destroy your spacecraft. On the other hand, a premature jump into real space, which would enable you to cut the fungus off, could also prove perilous. So, will you ignore the fungus and continue towards Arak, or exit the time-space warp in order to leave the ship and cut the growth away? So $vote space 1 is ignore the fungus, continue towards Arak. $vote space 2 is exit the time-space warp in order to leave the ship and cut the growth away. Space weed from when you're on a trip. I think someone was enjoying some space weed and writing this book, if you know what I'm saying.
Space weed. The spice must flow?
Apparently, when they were writing this. So ignore the fungus and just, let it just continue to grow and cover your ship. What could go wrong? Or exit the time-space warp in order to leave the ship and cut the growth away. Man, I did not expect that this was going to be the dangers of space travel, that you have to fight rednecks and deal with space fungus, like space moss. I was not aware that was...
And here you thought you knew science fiction.
I know, right?
You have no idea how this genre works. This is like this genre staple. One of the tropes, my guy.
One of the common elements on TV trope is space fungus.
Yes.
Like on TV tropes, they just call it, he seems like a fun guy, and it's all like about mushrooms.
Of course.
What's next? Dysentery? Exactly. We need a space-driven Oregon Trail, actually. That's totally what we need. That would do everything right. Okay. All right, so last call. Sounds like people want to get rid of this fungus. I can't blame them. Going once. Moisture's a real issue in ISS. I would exclude mold. Mushrooms? That's probably too much. I mean, I suppose that's fair. The Orion Trail. Ooh. Good one, you Christensen. The Orion Trail. Nice stuff.
That's really good.
I like that. Someone must have done that, right? There must have been a space Oregon Trail. I can't have been the first one to think about it.
Well, there's a zombie one, so...
Yeah.
Called the Oregon Trail.
That's right. I have played the Oregon Trail. No, I shouldn't say that. I've seen it played on GOG.
I was about to say that does not seem like your kind of game.
No, but I saw it being played because it's funny. I mean, it's like, it's not horror in the traditional sense. Okay, so we have decided to exit the time-space warp in order to leave the ship and cut the growth away. All right. You re-enter real space and examine your spaceship. The fungus has grown to enormous size, covering most of the starboard thruster and part of the fuselage. It has also changed to a light blue color. You may decide to leave the ship and cut it off, or search for a planet and, passing through its atmosphere, burn it off. So $vote space 1 means we're leaving the ship and cutting it off, or $vote space 2 means we are going to search for a planet, pass through its atmosphere to burn the fungus off. Yes, I actually played and won, believe it or not, all of the original Plants vs. Zombies. Because I kind of low-key like some tower defense games. And it was a game you could play on your phone, and so yeah.
Huh.
But yes, usually zombies would not be my thing. I agree with that. All right, so we've got 1 vote each. Again, the question is, chat, do we leave the ship and cut the fungus off? That's $vote space 1. Or do we search for a planet and pass through its atmosphere to burn the fungus off? That is $vote space 2. What's it going to be? There's a 2015 Orion Trail on Steam. Oh, man. You were that close, Christensen, to immortality. That close to gaming immortality. Happens to the best of us. You could probably put together a game and release it anyway, Christensen. It's not like the people at Steam actually, monitor their products anymore. Ayo. Sorry. I shouldn't say that. I like my Steam Deck, so I shouldn't say anything about making fun of Valve.
That being said, use this GOG.com affiliate link that found
yes,
down into this
that's exactly right. If you'd like to follow more, I'm sure that no such thing exists, but if there was a Steam affiliate link, I'd have to turn it down because I have to stay loyal to GOG,
Yeah, but I'm not just saying that because, you work with GOG, but I also just really prefer GOG.
Oh, yes. No, in general. No, that's same. My take on it is I always go to GOG first unless they don't. Yeah. And there are some games they don't have. And if they don't have it, then I switch to Steam. And if Steam doesn't have it, then I reluctantly go to usually Epic, maybe has something on occasion. Gosh. I know. I don't like to do it. And then you play after I punch myself in the face 6 times. And, that's basically what it comes down to. All right. Last call here. Going once. Going twice. I was like, suddenly we're back to Skylord.
No. That was on purpose. I need to take a screenshot of this guy.
Oh,
so
I see.
I can have a look at him while I draw. There we go. Now I can put this on the other screen. No, I went, because I accidentally turned on the calculator.
I see. Whoops. Going once, going twice. All right, we're going to burn it off. We're going to burn it with fire. We're going to try to burn this fungus off. All right.
Burninated.
Burninating the countryside. Okay. There is an enchanted some enchanted evening. There is an uncharted, that's what I meant to say, planet on your scan scope at a distance of 26 million miles. Setting your controls for cruise speed, it will take you about 5 hours to reach it. On the way, you find yourself suddenly confronted by a broad, silver, stingray-shaped ship, which is apparently just materialized from another dimension. It is the kind of ship often used by Pelin Rangers, a band of misguided galactic vigilantes. You must defend yourself against this attack. Okay, so this is the Pelhan Rangers. Now, again, their rating is higher than ours. But again, if we can beat them, then our rating will go up to 5. However, they are the attacker. So they're going to fire first, and they're going to try to get a 5 or less. They get a 4. So we lose 2 shields. All right. So again, Trifid, we're going to need a 4 or less. Because they have shields of 8. So we're going to need a 4 or less. I think what I would say, Imaginary Exponent, is, yeah, I don't love platform exclusivity necessarily. I just don't like having a bunch of launchers. Like, there was a time where you would theoretically have the Windows Live platform, Origin, Uplay, Epic, Steam, and GOG. Like, there was a certain point where I'm like, oh my god. Now, the other ones have more or less fallen by the wayside. So now, basically, you can get away with Steam, with GOG, with Galaxy, Steam, and then maybe Epic if you have to. But it's just another launcher, you know. Like, I'm like, come on, man. Like, don't make me use your launcher so I have to fire this up and have another drain on resources or whatever. That's all. Uh-oh. We missed. All right, well, this may be a tough fight because they're better than us. That's all right. We just have to make sure we hit.
physical releases.
Exactly. You're glad. What's up, Prince Justin? That Civ 6 has gotten rid of the 2K launcher. Oh, I forgot about that. That's yet another launcher. Jeez, there's so many launchers. And then all the launchers try to claim that you can launch everything through their launcher. So like Galaxy's like, oh, it'll launch anything in any system, and that gets confusing too. And all right, Trifid. So let's have you roll again. Again, we're looking for a 4 or less so we can hit these Pellin Rangers. Well, right, but there are some that you have to use the launcher, though. That's the thing, Imaginary. There are some times where you have to. Now, in GOG, you can use the launcher less. I don't mind Galaxy. I mean, like, honestly, what I like about Galaxy is the cloud saves. That makes it a lot easier if I'm on the road. But I don't mind Galaxy, to be perfectly honest. Steam, whatever, sort of in the same boat. I just don't want to have 3, 4, 5, 6. That's frustrating. Also, good shot, by the way. Okay. Unfortunately, I keep hitting because, of course, I do. So we have to keep hitting. All right, our turn. Our turn. Fire away there, Trifid. This is the dogfight music in Wing Commander while we're doing this. Oh no! We're in big trouble, all. Where were those 6s earlier? No, it's okay. If they don't miss once, we're in big trouble. Yeah, exactly. All right, go ahead and roll again, Trifid, for now. We have to basically hit them 3 in a row and pray that they miss us one of these times. Okay, there we go. Down to 4. Can I ever increase the damage, maybe? Can't use luck. That's unfortunate. Okay, they're down to 4. 3. We're in big trouble. Big trouble. I have to miss once, so we have to hit both times. Okay. Go ahead and roll again. 4 or less. 4 or less. Oh, man. Yeah, the always online stuff. Again, people are just like, oh, it's fine. It always works. Like, no. Okay.
It just works.
Oh, did you just roll that now? You just did, didn't you? Okay, so we're down to this. Okay. And boo! We are blown out of space. Count equals 1. All right, well, the problem is I did not have a save point. I'm not going all the way back to the beginning, so I'm going to have to start us right before this fight. I was planning on saving right after this fight, so we're going to have to do this again. So we'll start up with 12, and so let's see, they're at 8. All right, so here we go. They're going to roll first, hit us for 10. Okay, or for 2. All right, so try again, Trifid. I would have saved right before this otherwise. Man, the Pellin Rangers. Those guys. Oh my god, Trifid. The dice are like, you want something high, right? You want it to be high, don't you? Don't you want to? You want to make it high, don't you? Oh man.
The space weed.
It really. I mean, it's 4 or less. 4 or less. 4 or less. Anyone else want to roll? I don't want to take it away from you, Triffid. You know, everyone has a bad run sometimes. I don't want to bench you. I don't want to put you on the bench. Oh my God. Oh, man. Oh, that is too funny. Woo! 2 6s. Clean misses. Miss, my miss, 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 my miss. All right, let's try again, Trippin. That's very funny. Oh, man, these Pellin Rangers. Sounds like a soccer team. You can do it. Yeah, no, that's okay. It's nice to let other people see the results. We'll get it. We'll get it at some point. Okay, there we go. There's a hit. It would be nice if I ever miss, too. The problem is I need a 6 to miss. So the likelihood is that I'm not likely to miss more than once, if even that. So that's the problem there. All right. So your roll again, Triffid. And the thing is, if we can get up to, if our rating is almost there, like if we were to defeat this thing, our rating would go up to 5. So there's that too.
Space. We are in space.
We are in space. Oh, that's why you needed the shot, because you need to see what we were looking like. That ship looks cool. Look at that streamlined ship you got right there. Space is the place. Can we switch to a bigger die and round down? Okay, hit again. Can I please miss one of these times? I just am never going to miss, huh? All right, go ahead, Triffid. I like space, Nari says. The power of space.
No, you're saying it wrong. It's like, I like space.
I like space.
You need
Oh,
to
I
do
see.
the voice of the Space Corps.
Yeah, that's right. Or Magic Expo. Space. We're in space. Space. Okay, 2. Now. Can I miss? Can I roll a 6? 6. I rolled a 1. All right, one more try. Death count is 2. Despite that, we almost pulled it off anyway. Death count 2. All right, once again, I am the attacker. Once again, I will hit because apparently I never miss. We can do this. Again, if this was just not quite far enough along in the book, or I would have done a save point already. Right after this, I was going to do a save point. So go ahead, Triffid. Okay, good start. There we go. We lead off well this time. All right, I hit again. Sadly. We still got a lead on him, though. Just keep hitting. Pew, 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 pew. See, if we had our cat. Mew, 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 mew.
Yeah.
We would be hitting every time. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, see? Oh, man, a 5. It's close, but I can only miss if I get a 6 because of my rating. I mean, because of my lasers. Lasers. All right, go ahead and roll again, Triffid. Lasers. A 4. There we go. All right. Looking a lot better. Can never miss, remember. All right. Just had to hit him once. One more 4 or less. We can do it. We can win if we want to. We can leave this place behind. You can dance. Everybody look at their hands. 5 is a miss. Okay. God almighty. 2. Okay, we can do it. 4 or less. We can do this. We have the technology.
We can rebuild him?
We can rebuild them. Oh my God. Damn it. We can't. I mean, there's nothing we can do. We have to keep trying this till we get it right because I'm not going to go all the way back to the beginning of the game. That was so close. We were there. Oh my God. And again, I can't. Can I ever roll a 6? I would love to roll a 6. Just once. I'd love to roll a 6. All right, go ahead, Triffid. You did very well last time. You can do it again this time. We can make it happen. I just need to miss once. That's all. And we need to hit a lot and not miss twice in a row. Okay, there we go. Yes. All right. 6. God, I did not get a 6. All right. You can do it, Triffid. We're still ahead. We still got the lead here. We can do it. There we go. Good, good, good. I love it. I like what I see. 6. God almighty. Just will never get a 6. All right. We just need to hit him twice more. Twice more. We can do it. Go ahead and roll. We can make it happen. Nice. There we go. All right. 6. God. All right. Here we go. Roll time. Down to 2. We just need a 4 or less. 4 or less. 4 or less. Carrot 4. Carrot 4. Carrot 4. Carrot 4. Yay! There's the carrot 4. Good job. All right. We did it. Now I can set up the save point. Well done. The enemy ship explodes in a spectacular ball of heat and light. First try, everybody. First try. You maneuver the star spray through the debris, probing for survivors and spoils. One item which immediately attracts your attention is a droid, a spindly chrome robot of dwarfish proportions. Its 3 faces have frozen in terror, and it clutches frantically to a buckled wing slat. A droid may be a useful acquisition for your mission. You pick it up in a mechanical grabber and pop it into your ship's hold. You also spot a curious device of iron tubes, glass rods, and slate cubes. Although you're unaware of its function, it looks very high-tech, so you scoop it up also. Okay, so we got a droid, and we got a high-tech... what is it? Device of tubes, rods, and... what else? Cubes. I know. Can we really trust this droid? It is a good point. It is a good point. Okay. 311. All right. Now we're getting ourselves a bloody save count here. A save spot. Save point. Equals 311. Okay. Here we go. So, presently you close upon the planet. It is a majestic world of reds and greens patched with swirling white clouds. Grazing the atmosphere, your craft begins to heat up. It is not long before the space weed, burnt to fine ash, produces a trailing fiery wake behind the star spray. But when you turn away from the planet towards space, your hull is suddenly pierced by a lightning bolt surging from a cloud below. That seems bad. The cabin pressure drops rapidly. As you fight to maintain control, a fire breaks out in an aft storage pod. Booster power fails and your ship plummets towards a ridge of scarlet hills. A crash landing is imminent. Switching to manual glide, you steer yourself between 2 rocky pinnacles into a long, narrow valley. Looming ahead is a dark lake surrounded by trees and a bank of gray shingles. Will you try to land on the lake or on the bank of shingles? So $ vote space 1 is the lake. $ vote space 2 is shingles. $ vote space 1 lake. $ vote space 2 shingles. Oh, also our rating is up to 5 now. $ vote space 1 lake. $ vote space 2 shingles. I do like that system of increasing your rating when you get higher there. Oh, which reminds me, I should save. And it's Sky Lord, nothing but Sky Lord. Right. September 10th. There we go. Okay, so what's it going to be? Are we going to try to land on the lake or the shingles? We can land if we want to. We can leave this stuff behind.
Try pairing the
Okay,
salad with avocado,
waiting,
mango, and
waiting.
strawberries with our grilled mango
Going
for a sweet dinner dessert
once,
combo from
going twice. Actually, I'm going to last call here before I start doing the going once, going twice. Yeah, so far what I've learned is that space travel sucks. That's what I've learned, basically, is that space travel is rough.
Well, I mean, that's just true to science, right?
Yeah, I guess it's true. Space is cold, and there's no air.
And no one can hear you scream.
Exactly. And it is an ad on the Wing Commander music, Triffid, yes. What I could do, I actually have YouTube Premium, so if I signed in as my YouTube self, I wouldn't have to worry about the commercials. The reason I haven't done that is because I'm also signed in right now as Arvin Eleron, because that's how I'm broadcasting to my YouTube channel. But I'm thinking maybe I could use Chrome just basically a separate browser to log in my other account so that we could listen to it without having to worry about the commercials, because that is kind of a pain to switch back and forth. Okay, going once, going twice. In space, no one can hear you stream. Haha, good stuff, Prince Justin. Hey. That's a Hugo Award-winning joke right there. I like that. Okay, so we are going to land on the bank of shingles. Sounds like a plan. What could go wrong? With a wrenching screech and a splitting of stones, the star spray falls heavily on the shingles. Its nose cone digs deep into the bank, the ship cartwheels, and with a smack comes to rest beside a large tree. Deduct 4 points from your stamina. Even worse is to come. You stagger from the escape hatch only just in time as the tree, angered by the appearance of your craft, seizes it with an enormous gnarled root and hurls it far out into the lake. Oh, that's tremendous.
That's
it seems
like far out, man.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. I don't think your behavior was rooted in the proper discipline. It seems that your adventure has already ended in disaster. Disaster, Chad. Its bark was not worse than its bite. For a while, you sit disconsolately upon the bank, pondering your fate. Then, unexpectedly, you observe, waiting from the lake, the 3-faced droid you scooped up earlier. Hey, it's our droid! It's carrying the high-tech device you could not make sense of. The droid passes into some trees, the rim of a broad forest, and is lost to view. Now we have a couple of choices, chat. We can follow the droid. We can, if we wish, swim out to our ship to try to salvage some of the contents. Or we can set off up the Vale, hoping to find a village and obtain help. All right, chat. $ vote space 1 means we follow the droid. $ vote space 2 means we swim out to our ship to salvage some of the contents of the ship. Hopefully. And $ vote space 3 means we set off up the Vale, hoping to find a village and some help. That's what we do. I know the droid probably looks like they're going this way, but immediately I have this image of like, I'm not going that way. This is the way to go. And don't come asking me for help either. And then later we hear, help! Hey! Help! Next thing you know, Jawas. Whoop! I'm not having decided. Jawa culture.
I heard they're really into coffee.
Would you like some Jawa? I need some Jawa. Yeah, well. I was going to make a caffeine coughing joke, but it really doesn't work the way that I was hoping for. So instead I won't. And I'll just comment on the fact that The Mandalorian and Grogu, that film, they are already filming it. They're already literally in production, which is good to hear. Jawa punk. Yep. Find a little Force user, we must. Yeah, exactly. Well, we are literally following, as Triffid said, 3PO. Literally following. Okay, so follow the droid has 2 votes. Swimming out to our ship has 2 votes. No one wants to set off up the Vale. Screw the village. Screw help. Who needs help? Follow the droid. All right, so we will need someone to vote to break this tie. Break this tie. All right, T-Bank says we should go out and salvage our some stuff.
What the heck?
Okay, last call here. Last call. Last call, whether we go swim out into the water. Oh, I love the picking the hook. I looked back over and I was like, I see. I expected you were gonna reach out to the hook like it's the Michelangelo, God touching man, like reaching with the hand. Oh man. Going once. Going twice. Okay. All right, we're gonna try to swim out to our ship. You do not swim very far before a large, toothy, and I swear to God, this is what the name is, Gooblepotamus pokes its snout out of the water. It burbles. It must be time for a little snack. Apparently the Gooblepotamus talks. As you find it difficult to defend yourself in water, deduct 2 points from your skill temporarily during the following combat. So the Gooblepotamus has a skill of 6 and a stamina of 10. And it's a good thing that we're losing 2 points. We still have a 7 skill for this. So now this is more of a standard roll. So he's going to roll 2d6 plus 6, a 12. And we need to roll 2d6 plus 9, Triffid. So you can do the $ roll space 2d6 plus 9, basically, and that'll give us the number that we're looking for. Right now, you just basically need a 3 on 2 dice or a 4, or 3 or above, basically, to 3 to tie, a 4 to beat this guy. 15, very good, very good. We hit him. All right, next one he rolls is a 13. So here we're going to need a 4 to tie, and a 5 to beat. Now you're trying to roll high, yes. Maybe you shouldn't tell them because maybe the dice gods are like, oh, yes, now you're trying to roll high. There you go. See, that's all you needed to do was just know that it was there. Okay, it's down to 6. Now he's going to roll a 14. I'm gradually moving upwards in these rolls here. So we need to roll a 5 to tie and a 6 to beat him on 2 dice. Take that, Gooblepotamus. Weird talking creature. Tara, you know what they call a lot of Googlepotamuses?
What do they call them, Greg?
A Googlepotamus. Yeah!
Right, it was nice seeing you guys tonight. I'm leaving.
I am going to be out of here. I made a math joke, and you didn't think I could. All right. Oh, man.
Well, statistically speaking, I was sure that it was possible.
Exactly. Oh, man. If it's censored, you're not allowed to eat it after beating it. Okay, so I rolled a 15. I've literally rolled, I started with a 12. 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, all we need is a 6 to tie and a 7 to beat here, Trippin. 19.
You're so proud of yourself.
I'm very smug. Yes, I really am. Okay, I got another 15. So all we need is another 6 to tie or a 7 to beat, Trippin. That's all that we need. All that we need is another high roll. Uh, 16.
I'm in love with this little robot guy. He turned out so cute.
He really is cool. I love him. So we defeated the Gooblepotamus. Hey, chat. Triffid did not lose a single round in that battle. Good work, despite the water. So it says, if you win, you had better swim back to shore before you find yourself being attacked by another unwholesome creature. So never mind that idea, I guess. So that means then that we are going to get rid of this, and we're going to move this up here. So now what we're going to do is we have 2 choices. We can either follow the droid, $vote space 1 means we follow the droid, or we travel up the Vale to locate a village and help. That is $vote space 2. What's it going to be, chat? $vote space 1 is the droid, $vote space 2 is travel up the Vale. Arvany Smug, quite possibly my favorite Fifi emote. It's up there. Although Arvany Singh is great too. I mean, there's a lot of great ones.
Oh, speaking of which, you guys didn't see, but like before we started, I was warming up. And drew this little fella.
Ooh. But are those long tail feathers?
Yes.
That we're dealing with?
Yes.
This
She
seems
has
like
those.
Arvany, like I don't know, innocent or something. It's got like this innocent expression. He was like, "Oh, hello,
Just flying about.
Fifi the bird here. How are you?" I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do the Kermit voice for Fifi.
God, I really want to see her as a Muppet now. That would make me so
She
happy.
would be oh man, she would be a great Muppet. I'm trying to think. Her voice would probably be. That's the thing. She's got such an emotional range that she's not just like Miss Piggy, who's always right on the edge of anger and ready to punch you out. Like she's not like that. So I'd have to think about what it would actually be. Yep, everyone wants to follow the droid. I can't blame you. I also would have said follow it. I need to do the Kermit voice, especially when they meet the big bad. You've come to the final extent of my lair. Let me explain how this is going to work. First of all, I'm going to look at you, and you are going to die in terrible hellfire. And then, once that's done, I'm going to go and entertain children on stage. Maybe not the whole game. No, I'm not going to do the Kermit voice for the whole game. I'm here to tell you.
Oh my God, that is so on point.
One Kermit
I'm
NPC
so jealous.
voice. It's why? It's because the Kermit the Frog here immediately gets you into the voice, like just
Yeah, I
instantaneously.
can't do it.
Have you ever seen
Kermit
the
Frog here. No, I can't do
well,
it.
that's a hello. I'm being seductive, frog. No, it's got to be Kermit. It's got to be higher up in the nasal passages. Kermit the Frog. Have you ever seen the Frank Oz and Jim Henson when they were like playing around with Kermit and Fozzie, and they get into this big discussion of like you're actually a puppet, but they never break characters. They're just like, you know what, Kermit, that's really hurtful. That's really hurtful that you said that. Well, Fozzie, I don't. You called me a puppet, and I don't appreciate. They just kept their voices, but it was very very funny. Like you could tell
I've
they just
not
had a
seen that
blast
one.
with each other all the time. You can find it on YouTube. It's very funny.
Yeah, definitely. I've got to look it up. My God, I love the Muppets. My
Love
God.
the Muppets. Hello, Thero. Happy Taco Tuesday. Yes, absolutely.
Like maybe one day when my work becomes world famous,
Yes.
maybe I can go on Sesame Street. That would be my life achievement.
Oh
Man,
That would be pretty great. I mean,
that would be
Sesame
amazing.
Sesame Street is epic. I was saying the other day that Sesame Street will obviously always remain the greatest kids show of all time, but I do have to say, now having watched more of it, I think Bluey is probably the second greatest children's show of all time. Certainly in animated shows. And I know Mr. Rogers is phenomenal, and I know there are other, but oh boy, Bluey is is entertaining, clever, gentle, thoughtful, doesn't just like, goes after stuff that it's really, really great. But Sesame Street obviously is the king. Okay. You're craving those tacos. We're doing fine, Thero. We're doing fine. As long as it's soft tacos. I'm not about the crispy tacos. Like, those are okay, but soft tacos are where it's at.
Wait, is it tacos if they are soft?
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure it
don't
is.
have,
It can be. Because they always ask you if you want soft tacos, like flour, right? Or
you say that like I can
corn
get
shells.
anything that even remotely resembles authentic tacos anywhere in Europe.
Do you
So,
mean that the Netherlands are not the hotbed for tacos? Is that what you're
for
saying?
Mexican cuisine? No. Also, like that one friend of mine, Shade, whom you guys should follow on Tumblr or on Blue Sky. Amazing artist, wonderful person. Is like they used to live in the Netherlands for a bit, and they're originally from the US. And like they said that the thing that they missed the most was Tex-Mex food.
Was Tex-Mex
That
food?
they can't get any Tex-Mex food, good Tex-Mex food anywhere in the Netherlands.
That's funny.
And like,
Yeah, I actually prefer burritos probably to tacos. I do like me a good burrito. And enchiladas are solid too. I like Mexican food. America and the EU. I'm in America and the EU. Can get authentic tacos at my house. And you're in Europe? Well, so we'd have to find your house, Thero, and then you could give people. Yes, I imagine that's fair.
but like, can you get like all the good ingredients for that? That's like also the thing, right? With like a lot of like local foods.
True.
That, like, yeah, you could like cook it.
That's
But
true.
Can you get like
the
enough
ingredients?
of
Yep.
the quality ingredients or like authentic ingredients or whatever?
That's true. That is true. But yes, we are
Like
playing.
I make like a killer teriyaki sauce, but I'm not sure it even qualifies as teriyaki because like the kind of stuff I put in there is
Is different.
yeah.
The thing about the spice when I was in England that surprised me was the idea that because England has this reputation for having bland food, except really no, because you go there and they put peppers and spices and everything. Like we got Italian food like spaghetti the first day that we were there, and there were jalapenos in it, and my wife was like, jalapenos in spaghetti? Like what?
Yeah,
I don't.
good.
It's too it, but no, like it's not. It's like putting curry in a hot fudge sundae. No. It just. So Thera says yes. You have to pay a lot for them. I see. So you have to get them like imported or something. So we've decided to follow the droid, which certainly makes sense to me. And the way we play, by the way, Thero, is that
I just ate before the stream.
I know,
I'm
right?
really hungry again. This is horrible.
This is the but it'll keep you awake too. The hunger, the gnawing hunger pains.
No, when I get like really hungry, I get also really tired and
Oh,
really
that's not
cold
good.
too. It's
Okay,
it's like it drains all of my energies at once, right? Like the hunger meter, the warmth meter.
That's
the
true. That's
awake
true.
meter.
It's like you're losing all 3 resource bars. Yeah.
Yes, basically.
Curry hot fudge sundae. The best Indian you've had outside of Asia has been in the UK. Yeah, I mean, like we did have some very good Indian food. I remain, as I said before during my UK summary, the scones remain the best. But like the scones were just so freaking good. Oh my god. Anyway,
yeah,
they were delicious. All right. For most of the day, you track the droid through the woodlands. This droid you see on stream, chat. Oh, and Thero, so I am joined by my dear friend TariToons, who is a wonderful artist and cartoonist, who is drawing right now art for Skylord, which is one of the Fighting Fantasy game books, game book number 33 to be exact. And right now we are tracking this droid because our ship crash landed on a planet. And as we track the droid, there will be choices that come up, and chat gets to vote on the direction and those choices that we make. So that basically is what that's about. Oh God, Prince Justin, if I would pay an exorbitant fee just to import those scones. Like they're so good. Like scones and crumpets are delicious, but scones are even a step higher when they're like that. They were so good. Okay. For most of the day, you track the droid through the woodlands across tiny brooks and along rocky gullies. Quite obviously, he is familiar with the region. Curiously, although he is aware of your presence, his 3 faces give him all-around vision, he makes no attempt to conceal himself. But when dusk approaches, the droid leaves the forest and vanishes behind a bluff of blue moonstone. When you follow, you cannot see him. Your only clue is a faint trail which forks left towards a spiny ridge and right towards a steep incline. Will you follow the left path or the right path or continue to trail the base of the bluff? So, what path should we take? Should we take the left path? The left path? Question mark. The right path? Question mark. Continue trailing. That's not how you spell trailing.
I know which one we should take. We should take the correct one.
You know what? That's why you get paid the big bucks, Tari.
Hey.
Continue trailing the base of the bluff. There you go. What path should we take? The left path, the right path, or continue trailing the base of the bluff? The spaceship crashed because of the lightning bolt, but I agree with you, Triffit, that I also thought it was sketchy that the droid knew where they were. Like, I'm like, wait a minute. How is it that you know this planet? So I agree. That did strike me as sketchy. Although maybe, I don't know, maybe that's where the Favre rednecks or whatever they were called, Favre beans or whatever, redneck guys, maybe that's where they came from, so that's how they know. So do we take the left path, the right path, or continue to trail the base of the bluff? So to vote, you do what Thera just did. $ vote space, 1 for the left path, 2 for the right path, or 3 for continual trailing the base of the bluff. Don't go left, too sinister. I see what you did there. I see what you did there, Christensen. Maybe the droid sent out some kind of signal that got the lightning bolt to hit us. That's true.
Was it you who made the sinister joke during the live event?
I think I did make.
And
the
I was the only person in the audience who understood the joke.
I was so glad that someone did, though. I was like, you're like, ha! I'm like, thank you. That's my audience of 1 right there.
Yeah, the only person who's like familiar with like weird old-timey terminology.
It was great. I was like, thank God someone knew it. It made up for you booing the wrong guy in the second act.
No. Like I said then, it was all in character because like he was a ghost.
That's true. So it was very much that kind of boo.
Yes.
So yes, too sinister. So do you think, Triffid, if the droid sent a signal for a lightning bolt to hit him, would you say that the droid's name was Rod? Yeah. I'm just waiting for lag. I'm sure it's the latency that's causing no reaction.
Of course, nothing else. What else would it be?
Good times, good times. Oh man, that's the key to the dad joke. You have to commit. If you bail out on the joke, then you're never going to succeed with it. You have to just
Yeah, well, I'm
lean
not a
into
dad,
it.
so I don't understand these.
Yeah, no,
I'm sorry.
it's all right. Anyone can use the dad joke, even if you are yourself
Like,
not a dad.
I'm like really like at a disposition here because like I'm both German and not a dad, so I'm like completely incapable of grasping the humor here.
That is not true. That is not true. I'm lucky that I happen to many of my German friends tend to be very funny and have good sense of humor. But then I was told by Pyron when I met her that she's considered very effusive and ebullient for a German. So I don't know. Is it true that I'm just lucky that you two are both like, you know, have senses of humor and are very funny, and every other German is not that way? Like I don't know. It seems like
What was the word to use? Effusive and
you know, like just
never
filled
heard
with lots of energy. And thank you for the follow, Thera. Welcome to the Arvanauts. You know, just like filled with energy and you know, like fun and like making jokes and that kind of thing. You know.
Well, I do feel often that I have a better sense of humor than most people.
Well, okay. But is that? But you live in the Netherlands now. Is that a Dutch problem? Is that maybe the Dutch are not up to the German
No,
humor?
also back home.
Oh, even at home. Okay. All right.
Yeah, as far as those things go, like Germans and Dutchies are pretty similar.
I see.
I would actually say that Germans are funnier than Dutch people, because Dutch people basically have one joke. Like, you stole our bicycles. Great, I've never heard that joke before since I moved here, like only a billion fucking times.
So you just look at them and you're just like, well, damn. And then you blink at them multiple times.
Yeah, it's
You
like,
wait.
yeah, I don't know.
The dad joke can be beaten by the deadpan mom joke. True. That is a good point. The deadpan mom joke, which is often responding to the dad joke. It's important to keep that in mind. All right, so we're going to continue trailing the base of the bluff. People did not trust the path. All right, so let's see.
Did not take the bluff.
Did not take the bluff. The bluff gradually melts into a broad plain of black earth, crazed with streams of whites, yellows, greens, and blues. You wander on for a little, but soon you become lost in the falling darkness. At the same time, you notice 3 small luminous globes approaching from the eastern skies. These hover above you for a few minutes before descending to the ground. Now you recognize them. They are cosmic jellyfish. You were in serious trouble. Okay, I have to show you the picture of these jellyfish, but then when you hear what the accent that I'm supposed to use for them is, this is the trolliest fighting fantasy game book of all time. All right, hang on a second.
Wait, accents? This has like accent
There's
advice?
yeah, you'll see. It's
Is that why it's so problematic?
no, it's not an accent like that. At least I don't. Well,
Oh.
actually, it might be a little bit.
Okay.
There, let me see if I can find the.
I am the great and amazing Nightcrawler.
I am the lousy German one you were talking about before.
Oh, we were talking about the old X-Men movies in the green room.
We were agreeing
and
that
how
Alan Cummings
absolutely
great.
terrible
Yeah.
the accent is.
We were saying that his acting was great, the accent not so much.
I mean, it's like funny bad, you know? Like often you have like accents where it's just like, oh god, this is just grating. But no, like Nightcrawler is like funny bad.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Take the dog out before the wife kills. Okay, so here's a picture of the jellyfish. Okay. So there's the cosmic jellyfish that you can see there. Hi, big boss. It's an accent as in an umlaut.
Does it have a gun?
Yes. So here we go. Now you recognize them. They're cosmic jellyfish. You're in serious trouble. Hey, gringo, the fluorescent golden one calls out. Haven't we met before on another planet, perhaps? See, pipes up a second one, sporting a leather bandolier and a 6-shot mega blaster. Yo, Jang Mistral, you busted us for turtle birder rustling on Whalef's asteroid 3 years ago. We spent 18 months in a tiny nettle tick-infested jail for that, so now you're gonna pay. These dudes mean business. You must defend yourself as best you can. So we are up against Mexican cosmic jellyfish. Their names are Killer Croon. Killer Croon, chat, all right? Killer Croon. Noado the Bandit. Noado the Bandit. And Ruthless Rod. Okay, someone was as high as a kite when riding this and was like, I'm going to have fun. And the guys at HQ, the QA sort of thing, was like, all right, sounds good. You want to make some Mexican cosmic bandits?
Something. We are so behind on schedule.
We're going to do something between Desperado and the Three Amigos. Let's go. Oh, my God. Because you were like, is that a gun? I'm like, yes, it is. Yes, it is a gun. Oh, my goodness. All right, so now let me just double check on the combat and see what happens if we're fighting more than one. Fight only the first listed. Okay, so we fight them one at a time. That is a relief. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. So we have equal, we have more stamina than they do, but otherwise we have equal skill. So he's going to start by rolling a 17. So Triffid, we're going to need to roll here we're going to need to roll an 8 to tie or a 9 to beat for this first round. 8 to tie, 9 to beat. Hey, gringo. I'm a cosmic jellyfish. Oh, my God. I really wish they had...
if they prefer soft or hard tacos.
Yeah, exactly. Do you
probably
want
prefer the soft ones because they're jellyfish.
Hey, you making a joke about being jellyfish? You're going to feel it, man. It is still 2d6 plus 9. It would have been great if they put a cowboy hat on this jellyfish. That would have been...
Well,
even
that's
better.
what I'm here for, right?
That's your... Yeah, I was going to say, this is like, after you finish this one with the droid, this is a softball. Like, I mean, this is one where I'm like, I have a feeling this is something that Tari would like to draw. 3 Mexican cowboy hat wearing jellyfish. We rolled a 16. Okay, unfortunately we get hit. That's all right. That's all right. It happens. It's all good. This time I rolled a 15, so all we need is a 6 to tie, a 7 to beat.
Birds of a feather.
This was not a tie. We actually lost by 1 because they have same skill as us. When we get a tie, just nobody hits anyone. It's just a no harm, no foul type of thing. Okay, good. So we hit Killer Croon for 1. One thing that helps us here is the fact that the stamina is lower. If we can defeat them early, then Noado the Bandit and Ruthless Rod are going to be easier. So I rolled a 12. I'm rolling better on this one. You win this fight, you get a sombrero as loot. Oh, man, it just reminds me of the lines in Desperado. What's in the case? A guitar. All I wanted was to find a man named Bucho. That's all. But you had to do things the hard way. One of the great sort of movies with a horrific ending that just is like really disappointing, but so much of the rest of the movie is super stylish, and it also features Salma Hayek at her best. I won't go into details, but you know, just have to watch the movie for yourself. And Antonio Banderas is great in that movie, and it's based on the Mexican. It was originally by what's his name, Robert Rodriguez, right? The Mexican version of that with 3 guys. There was a movie that was done just in Spanish, and then Desperado was the sequel, and I can't remember the name. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Okay, that's a hit. Good. Oh, what was the prequel? I got to look it up. Okay, 16. So we just need a 7 to tie and 8 to beat. Trippin.
I could ask my brother. He would know instantly. He's a huge Robert Rodriguez fan.
Oh, really? I think it's Robert Rodriguez. Let me see. It is Robert Rodriguez. Hey, I remembered. Okay.
Well, Spy Kids.
What was the... what was the prequel? The sequel was Once Upon a Time in Mexico, but that's not... That ain't it, Chief. What was it? It's the second part of his Mexico trilogy. Right. What is the first part of his Mexico trilogy? Oh, El Mariachi. That's what it was. The first one was El Mariachi, and then Desperado, and then finally Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I've never actually seen Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Yep, El Mariachi. Yep. 17. Nicely done, Triffid. Okay, so Killer Krun is defeated. So now it's Noado the Bandit. All right, Noado the Bandit has only got a skill of 8. So this time he rolls an 18. So we need a 9 to tie and a 10 to beat. There's a great sequence. It's got a great soundtrack where the guy, Danny Trejo, you know, the super tatted up guy who looks like a badass, has been acting in Hollywood for a long. Trejo, I think. What did I say? Trejo. He comes in as this knife wielding guy who like basically just tears everyone up because he's so good with his knives. And playing over that sequence is this heavy hardcore blues song, like kind of rock blues that is called "Don't Look Back." And so it's this like, don't look back, don't, do, while they're doing all this slow-mo, like walking away from explosions, knife throwing stuff. It's very, very stylish. It's very good stuff. El Mariachi was boring. See, I didn't really find it boring. Certainly Desperado isn't boring, but I thought Desperado was better than El Mariachi. That's true. And I've never seen the last one. Okay, now I roll a 15. So 15, so you need a 6 to tie, a 7 to beat to take out Noado the Bandit. Hey, gringo. 19, all right. He's down to 2 stamina. This guy's not super strong, but he is gifted though. 18, so we need a 9 to tie, a 10 to beat. Don't look back, do. He's right on your trail. Don't look back. 16. Just another step to hell. 16. Okay, so we're gonna need a 7 to tie and 8 to beat to take down Noado the Bandit, and then the next one will be easy because the next one has a skill of 6. We just have to get rid of Noado here. Tie. Okay, this time I rolled a 10. Absolutely rolled the worst I could conceivably roll. So now we just need to get, basically just roll the dice because we're going to win on anything. 11 or above beats us. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Now it's Ruthless Rod, who has only a 6 skill. So we start with a 12. So we just need a 3 to tie, a 4 to beat. It's too bad we don't have anything that can heal us very easily. So I'm hoping maybe we can eat the jellyfish and, you know, somehow do something. That's fine. That's fine. Down to 4 stamina for Ruthless Rod. Then he rolls a 13, which means we just need a 4 to tie, a 5 to beat. Yeah, he's not very ruthless. I would agree with that. 4 to tie, a 5 to beat. Okay, good. And now he's down to 2 stamina. Rolls a 13. Again, he needs a 4 to tie and a 5 to beat. 4 to tie, 5 to beat. We can do it. We can make it happen. Too many cursors. All right. We have defeated the 3 Mexican Desperado jellyfish. All right, good job, Triffid. Well done there. But yeah, I'd like something that could heal our stamina. Okay, so we've defeated them. I'm going to put another save point there. You follow a colored stream for several hours until its course slows at the entrance of a broad lake. Upon the lake, resting on massive piers, is a huge crystalline spaceship bristling with weapons. A high causeway curls away from it to the lake's edge. Do you wish to either A, enter the ship via the causeway, or B, vacate the area following a trail away from the causeway? So $ vote space 1 means we enter the ship via the causeway. $ vote space 2 means we vacate the area following a trail away from the causeway. Oh, yeah, I never liked Pulp Fiction, you Christensen. I found it like... I was like, this is basically just a meme movie that's gross. I don't really need someone to watch someone getting out of an overdose by jamming a needle into her chest. No thanks. No thank you.
No? Not your jam?
Not
Would have thought that
my
is exactly what you're...
just not my bag at all. I love the eye patch and scar on the lead jellyfish. It's true. Not the Three Amigos.
The Three Caballeros.
The Three Caballeros.
No, that's a very, very different franchise.
Oh man, look at that. The eye patch.
I know how to draw guns. I do that all the time. Yeah, yeah.
Oh god, the eye patch is hilarious. I don't know, but I actually don't even see them in chat right now, Triffid. So, all right. So $vote space 1, folks, if you want to go into the ship. $vote space 2 if you wish to vacate the area following a trail away from the causeway and thus away from the ship.
The cat is here to say hi. She says, "Oh."
Oh, hello, Lorelai. Oh, that dance scene. Yeah, that dance scene is fine. And there's some other good moments, right? But like, you know, Samuel L. Jackson to me is like, he's so overexposed that there's a certain point where I'm like, oh, it's another movie involving Samuel L. Jackson. I understand that was earlier in his career, but still. And then I feel like the movie keeps setting up for something it never really delivers on. Like, I like Harvey Keitel as much as the next person, but like the cleaner, you're like, okay, yeah, like I don't know. It's interesting in some ways, but I also feel like it thinks that it's more sort of, I think it thinks that it's more important than it thinks it is, than it actually is. I had a similar reaction to Natural Born Killers for different reasons. I know what Natural Born Killers is trying to do is trying to satirize incredibly violent stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but you kind of can't do that by becoming just as violent and gross or even more so than the movies that you're trying to satirize. Like you need to be better about that. So I also was frustrated with that, you know, movie as being, I think, overrated. So again, Pulp Fiction feels very memey to me. If you want something which has some similar like moments, but is also exceedingly well done, I would have you look at the movie Deliverance, which is very powerful, very well written, and not, I mean, there are some problematic elements to it, including the representation of Appalachian culture, for sure, but it's a very, very well acted movie, and I feel like that is doing more than something like this is. So, yeah, I wasn't wild about Pulp Fiction. I didn't love it. Did not love it. Okay, so I'm going to last call this. So far, we have 2 votes to go into it. No, Deliverance is not a horror movie. Nope. Deliverance is a, gosh, what do I even define it as? It's kind of a, well, it's not slice of life. It's this, it's a movie that is, I don't know. It's a very serious movie. It's depressing. It's not an uplifting movie. I don't know how to describe it. It's just sort of a look into a certain subset of subculture and lifestyle, the way people live their lives in certain places, I guess, is the way I would describe that. But I'm trying to think of other examples about it, like maybe something like, oh geez, I don't know. I'm trying to think of another example of something like that. Another example of a movie that is a little bit hard to explain as to what kind of movie it is Easy Rider, which is the motorcycle movie with Dennis Hopper. Like, that's also not a super optimistic movie, but it has like good moments. Yeah, it's certainly horrific. Oh, there's no doubt about that. Yes, but I wouldn't call it horror though. Adventure, drama, and psychological thriller. Yes, that's a good example. That's a good way to look at it, Big Boss, actually. But I wouldn't call it horror. It's because it's not going for that. Like, certainly it can be frightening at times, but like the banjo battle, that's not horror. It's that. It's adventure, drama, and psychological thriller. It's very well done. It's just it's a movie that you watch and you're like, Okay, I saw that. It's like watching A Clockwork Orange. Like, you can acknowledge that
Ooh.
it's a well-filmed movie without being like, let's go watch Clockwork Orange today. Like, it's not...
Such
or
a good time movie.
or Taxi Driver. Like, wow, what an uplifting film this was. You know what I mean? So, all right, going once, going twice. Okay. There we go. So enter the ship via the causeway. All right, chat wants to enter the ship. Your path is blocked by 2 mutants with clawed arms extending from their faces and legs. Too much muscle, not enough fat on that one, growls one to the other. Yeah, comes the reply, but it'll taste just fine after a good roasting. They attack you with flame lances and iron prongs. All right, so we have the drooling mutant who has a skill of 8 and a stamina of 8. And then we have the, what is this? Clumsy mutant who has a skill of 5 and a stamina of 10. So, first up we have to defeat the drooling mutant. That's the first one up. So, I'm going to put in that score. We will start with an 18, Triffid. Start with an 18. Yeah, I know. What a joyful experience watching Clockwork Orange. What are you talking about? Drinks milk. Oh, man, with the eyelids and everything. I think another example of that might be... Now, here's an example of one that has elements that are disturbing to watch, but which isn't trying to do that, like to be disturbing. See, Natural Born Killers is trying to be disturbing because it's trying to make a point about these movies. I just think you've become the thing you fought against type of thing, right? But an example of a movie that has disturbing moments but is going for something much bigger than that is Blade Runner. Right, Blade Runner is a movie that is making a lot of commentary about a lot of different things. So even though there are disturbing things in it, the point is not to be disturbing, right? So that's why Blade Runner to me is a movie that is a step up from those other ones because it's not just doing that. Oh, nice on the tie there, Trippin. Blade Runner is very good, very good. And Dragonspear was nice enough to send me a copy of the Blade Runner movie. I use that when I'm teaching Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which is what the movie is based on, of course. And I teach that this semester. I'm teaching in my science fiction. Okay, so 10. So we need only actually, you can't possibly miss. So feel free to roll whichever. The director's cut, which is the better one. Like the director's cut, I don't actually think is always the best one, but for Blade Runner, it is. Okay, 14 this time. A lot of rolls for you today, Triffid. Sorry. Okay, so 14. So you just need a 5 to tie, 6 to beat. Oh, that's what I mean. The final cut. Sorry, yeah. Not director's cut. Whatever the final cut was. Yeah, the final cut. Okay. All right, it's 17. Like, it's blasphemy to suggest it, but I actually think that the theatrical version of Fellowship is a little better than the extended version, just as a movie. I think the extended stuff sort of adds bloat that it doesn't need. Same thing with Two Towers. So I like the extended version because I like seeing the extra stuff, but I think as a movie, the film ones are better. Yeah.
I guess I would agree if it wasn't like for like 1 or 2 key scenes that are in the extended editions, like the Halt of Healing. And
yes.
That's in the third one, right?
That's in Return, yeah.
Spoiler alert, Saruman's death. Because, like, you know, it's just like super missing in the movies otherwise.
True. That's true. Although, right. I mean, it's, yeah. Because they could have done, you're talking about Saruman, right?
Yeah, what did I say?
Yep. No, you did. I just want to make sure I heard it right. Yeah. I mean, the books handle that better. Like. Yeah,
but like the books also have like the whole extra thing.
For sure. For sure.
But like what happened with the movie is that they cut all of that out, so Saruman just doesn't get his death.
Yeah, exactly.
He just hangs out indefinitely in his tower. And
yep. Like what happened there? Yeah, exactly. That's true. Okay. So we got a 17 here, so we'll need an 18 to tie, 19 to beat. Scouring of the Shire is great. I am sorry that they left that out of the film. Because
I'm fine with that, honestly. Like, as far as films go, that would have been terrible in film format.
I don't know, because it's making a point about the effect on the home front, right? That it's not just
Yeah, but,
everyone
like,
gets to go back to
do
the
that
nice
well,
green place.
They would have needed to add so much extra time.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
And
They would have been
these
too
movies
long.
are already like really fucking long, so it's better to just wrap it up. It's like when, like in general, like book series get adapted. I'm usually in favor of them just adapting the first book and wrapping it up, like making it so that they don't need any sequels, because the movie adaptation sequels of like book series tend to just be way worse than the first movies for multiple reasons.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'd have to think about that a little bit. I think there might be ways to do it, but you'd have to make adjustments.
Yeah, but they don't. That's the problem. Like, of
Well,
course
yeah.
they could do it right, but the problem is they don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with Triffid though that part of the reason. Oh, Triffid, also we need a roll from you for this particular round we're on when you get a chance. Part of the point of what happens there is that when Frodo talks about the Shire has been saved, but not for me. The idea is, the whole point is that the Shire cannot avoid the fate of everyone else. So it's not just, okay, we get to go back to the nice, green, beautiful Shire now, because the Shire has also, I mean, literally they say that the final sort of stroke of the war falls at Bag End, you know, like literally falls on the flagstones, right? And the sequence too, it's such a satisfying and yet petty ending for Saruman just to have his throat cut by Wormtongue. Like the whole thing is just, you're just like, oh my God, here's this guy who was this great wizardly figure, and now he's just a petty, you know, making people just doing petty little mischiefs to them. I really love the Scouring of the Shire a lot. But I understand what you mean. I'd have to think a little bit about how that works in terms
Like,
of
I'd
film
rather
versions.
have one coherent movie that like is way shorter than the story it's based on, than have like a really shitty, like, I don't know, trilogy series, whatever, of movies where like the last few ones are just super phoned in.
Right. Right. Yeah, no, I hear that. So 10 Triffid is to you, so you'll be able to win whatever the roll is that you get. Yeah, the Tom Bombadil thing. See, Tom Bombadil is important for different reasons, but I do understand why you can't put him in the film. It would be too confusing. You're adding too much to it. Honestly, that's why I think that in terms of the tightness of the films, I think Fellowship of the Ring is the best of the three films. They're all good. And there are brilliant scenes in Two Towers and obviously Return of the King. Return of the King is my second favorite of the films. But I think the tightest film as a film is Fellowship. That I think really gets the main stuff that it needs to in there. So yeah, Tom would shift the story too much. And for people who are not Lord of the Rings people, they'd be like, what? So there's another guy that's not affected by the ring? Like, and the Barrow-wights then? Like, that I understand why they cut.
Like, people already
so.
never shut up about why didn't they just fly the eagles into Mordor?
Oh,
It's
geez,
like
I
in the
know.
books it's explained, but like in the movie
Exactly.
it isn't. So
Later
it's
on,
like,
it's
if you also throw in like all the Tom Bombadil stuff, right? Then you also need to throw in all of the explanations as to why doesn't just Tom Bombadil take care of the ring, you know?
Exactly. Which again is all explained in the book, but like, yes, you're right. You'd have to do that again. I actually loved 14 on this one, Triffid. I loved the in the third movie when you see the Nazgul on the winged creatures. I always wanted to be like, look at the people who were like, why can't the Eagles take it? Be like, do you understand now? You know why we can't take the ring in now? Because they have a freaking air force. All right, that's why. It's called air defenses. You want to have your eagle take the ring in, and then oh whoops, they get killed, and oh the ring falls into Mordor. That would be great. That'll work super well.
Imagine they had kept Glorfindel for the movies.
Yes,
like, that would
exactly.
have been like a whole thing.
People
like,
be like, wait,
now
an
we
elf?
have like another like important named character who's like, also a literal superhero.
Exactly. Yep.
God's favorite child.
Exactly. I totally agree.
And it just makes for a tighter movie experience. You know?
Yep, I agree with you. Okay, this one, eagles are hard to miss. Exactly. Like the stealth eagle like is all cloaked and stuff as it flies. Okay, so 13 on this one, Triffid. We're now fighting the clumsy mutant, which has a lot of stamina, but it is 4 points less than us. So we should be able to take this thing down, hopefully without too much trouble. All right, he's got a 10, which means we can't lose on this next roll. So go ahead and roll that, Triffid. Why isn't it all done with magic? Yeah, exactly. Not to mention the fact that you put it on the eagle and the eagle would be corrupted too. Right? The eagle would fly it and be like, I'm the highest bird. I can go higher than any other bird. Like, you know.
And then we do a whole Icarus thing.
Yes,
flying
exactly.
Too close to the sun.
Exactly. You fly too close to the sun. That's it. All right, a 15. No, he's putting his best foot forward. He's trying here. All right, so we need a 6 to tie, a 7 to beat this clumsy mutant. All right, that's a tie. I love it. Okay, he gets another 15. It's another one of those...
I should give one of these a mustache, I think.
6 to tie, 7 to beat. Oh, absolutely. An evil mustache. A jellyfish mustache.
No, like, just because, like, Mexican-style mustache, right?
Yeah, no, I know. But I meant like, you know, I just had this image of the fact you have an eye patch and a jellyfish. I love the idea of a mustache and a jellyfish anyway. Okay, so a 13 now is all you need to beat. What if they use the eagles like the X-Wings in Star Wars? Frodo could use the Force to drop the ring into the fires. Right, while yelling exterminate and also so say we all. That would be, that's the vision of people in science fiction. They're like, yeah, Edward James Olmos says so say we all to C-3PO, who has a light sword inside a phone booth while going at warp speed, right? That's like how this works. Okay, good
I'm
stuff.
like
good
really
stuff.
sad right now because like my only connection to Star Trek specifically is through this really terrible / amazing like YouTube parody somebody made like back when YouTube was like brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like basically you can think of these as like the so and so abridged series, right? Where like this person just like took a few clips and redubbed them. And like one of them has like one of the longest ongoing German internet memes, which is like basically just a nice cup of nice black coffee.
Okay.
And that like set in like various completely inappropriate random scenes.
Okay.
Because apparently the only thing that Picard cares about is a nice cup of nice black coffee for some reason.
It's Picard's thing is Earl Grey hot. That's his like
like
Earl
in
Grey
that
hot.
version, it's I don't know what it is in the German dub. Actually, the official one. If he also just cares about Earl Grey, I presume
funny.
so. But like in that version, it's like no, he
it's
just
coffee.
cares about coffee
I
and
see,
nothing
that's
else.
funny.
And
see,
holds
14
like entire
Triffid, by the way.
speeches about black coffee in this stupid video.
That's funny.
So I'm like, yeah, I wish I could contribute that, but nobody would get it.
Nobody knows the meme.
No.
Big Boss wants to know 14, by the way. Triffid is what we got. Oh, very nice. Tari, would you like a mixture between Logic and Star Trek? Big Boss asks.
Logic? Now I'm confused. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what do you mean, Big Boss? And I got a 13 on this last one. We've almost got this clumsy mutant down.
Also, this is going to be my last drawing for today.
Okay.
Should
That's
just
good, because we're going to be
almost
wrapping
9
up here in about 7 minutes or so. Logic lessons with Mr. Spock. Oh, yeah, I think I've heard about this. Let me just quickly go over and check this for a second. Yeah.
cartoon.
So there's this. No, it's not. It's not that. It's I don't know if it's a meme about the cartoon.
Well, like the video that Big Boss linked was from the cartoon.
Okay.
I will listen to that after.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to that later on.
Cannot pay attention to that.
Okay. So we got a 13 Triffa that we're working with. Just have to roll a 4 to tie and a 5 to beat to defeat this clumsy mutant. Clumsy mutant? 16. Hey. Down goes the mutants. All right, we're at 6 stamina, so I really hope we get some health here. But if you win, you decide to retreat from the causeway, preferring to follow the path towards a series of low hills. You follow a trail over a ridge and on for perhaps a quarter of a mile. Now ahead, you can see the droid again. He has been waylaid by a green mutant with arms extending from its cheeks and thighs. Eugh. You decide to attack it
by enemies
and rescue the droid. Party's been waylaid. It must. Okay, so we have to fight another green mutant. There's been a lot of combat in this book. But again,
Everybody
only
hates
skill
our
7.
guts. What did we do?
I know, it's what the
Oh
space
wait,
is
aren't
dangerous.
we like space racists?
We are, nah,
All people.
I think it's more that more that we're just like, we're like the law and nobody wants to deal with the law.
The law.
Hi, Emily. So, yes, we're looking at a 17 to start with here, Triffid. 13. Okay, down to 4. All right, then we have a 9. All right, there we go. That's what I like to see. Those are the kind of rolls I like to see from me today. Okay, go ahead and roll. That one we're going to definitely get him on. Really need to figure out a way to get healing. Okay, whoops. All right, there we go. Okay, this time I get a 17. So we need an 8 to tie, a 9 to beat. You can do it! 17, very nice. No harm, no foul. Apparently I rolled a 17 again because that's the way of things. You made fun of jellyfish, now you must die. Okay, 17. We can do this. We can win if we want to. We can leave this stuff behind. So, 7 to tie, or no, what is it? 8 to tie. 17, all right. Oh, why am I rolling so badly? By which I mean well. This time I rolled a 19. The Green Mutant rolled a 19. So we're going to need a 10 to tie and 11 to beat this time. This is not great, I got to be honest. Not great. Okay. Yeah, we're in trouble. All right, this time I rolled a 15. How green was my mutant? We are in big trouble. All right, 15 to tie. 18. All right, good. And last one is another 15. All right, we can do it. We can do if we want to. We can leave this stuff behind. 18. Woo! We beat it. Just. Sitting at 2 stamina. But we did defeat it, which will lead us to what will be one of the final entries for the day. The droid is grateful for your protection. But I know that you also are in need of aid. It buzzes. Yeah, damn right. Follow me then, for I return to my master in the Jedburgh caves. He may be able to assist you. Having no better plan, you follow the droid for many hours. Just before dawn, you espy before you a huge wall of rounded boulders. Beneath the wall are hundreds of cave openings. The droid selects one of these and leads you inside. The droid's master is Krill Babbitt. Of course it is. A humanoid with tanned gray skin and a large round nose supporting a drooping mustache. He looks like a walrus. Still, he is a pleasant enough sort. Yes, I am the master of this droid, these caves, he snorts, and once this entire planet. That was until Shane, a war sprite from Delphon, arrived in her huge skyship several years ago. Shane landed her ship on Lake Droog, where it still resides. She brought an army of mutants with her, which have killed or enslaved many of my people. Still more have been transmuted into evil creatures by a complex biochemical process that I won't explain because I've already used up my complex word quota for this monologue. Those of us remaining fled to these secret caves. We have been powerless to stop her, until now, that is. Krill reaches for the high-tech curio of rods, tubes, and cubes which the droid had brought back to the cave. Shane's main power, of course, is her mighty spaceship fortress, from which she launches her assaults. But this device, an interferometer, will temporarily immobilize it and allow us to attack. My droid was bringing it to this planet when he was attacked by Pelin Rangers. He tells me that you rescued him, and I am indeed grateful. So what do you desire? I may be able to help. You tell Krill about your mission and that you desperately need help. That was just me. And that you require a spacecraft to reach Arak. That is easy. A backwards time loop with half a twist should do the trick. You shall get your own spaceship back. Let's see. All right. Krill returns. Follow me. Your spacecraft is at the cave's entrance. The sight of your ship looking as good as new delights you. Krill chuckles. I put it through a time loop so that it never crashed. In fact, It was never even struck by a lightning bolt. That's convenient. Now, perhaps you will do me one courtesy before you leave. He explains that his people plan to attack the Telfon Graft in the evening and that you could help them greatly. The interferometer will immobilize their ship for only a short time. If we do not destroy them quickly, then they will try to take off in order to bring all their guns to bear on us. If this happens, we would need you or someone like you to make an attack on them in your spacecraft and force them down again. You agree, and Krill gives you an ear twinge, a small conical device which clips onto your earlobe. Wait here in your aircraft and attack when I give you the appropriate signal. And I think, actually, that is probably a good spot for us to stop, I think.
Nice.
Let me just double check quickly though, make sure. One second. Okay. Right. He has no way, there's really no way of getting healing, huh? Restoring stamina. Oh, you begin, okay. I missed this completely. You begin your adventure with 10 provision tablets. For each tablet you consume, you will recover 4 points of stamina. Okay, I completely missed that. All right, so chat, my question is, should we take enough? You get 4 points of stamina per, and we start out with 10 of them. This is totally my bad because I didn't realize that we had these. So, provision tablets. All right, so we start out with 10. And we can take them anytime as long as we're out of combat. So, we are out of combat. So what I'm going to suggest is, I would like to suggest that we take, actually we don't do that. I'm going to suggest that we take, how many would we need? We're down 16, right? So can we take 4 of them, chat? Can we take 4 of them, which would bring us down to 6 provision tablets, but we'd be at max health? I assume that's, you could just tell me in chat if that's okay. We can do that, right? I'm guessing that's fine. Because we are down to literally 2 stamina. Like, I just didn't even think about, I was like, I totally missed the provisions thing. Go 3? Yeah, but why though, Exponent? Because we have 6 left already. You know what I mean? Like, there's no other clear way to heal ourselves, I don't think. Just take 3? Okay, I mean, I can. That would put us at 12. That would put us at 14. I can do that if you want. That would allow for a random free health recovery somewhere. Okay, that's fair. So we have 7 provision tablets left. We have 14 out of 18 stamina. And when we start next time, we will battle against the evil Shane and then continue our mission having gotten off the planet. I am pretty happy that we managed to save the droid, though. That would have been bad if we lost that. All right, so let me save this, and then Tari is going to show us the art that we did today. All right, so there we go. All right, Tari, let's see the art that we did from the beginning, if you would, please.
This was my warm-up. Just little Fifi, since I didn't know what was in store.
Yes, I didn't either, clearly. Fifi looking good. Yep.
Then my interpretation of the cover art of the book.
Again, chat, look at this. See? It's the cover. It's the art. It's the cover. It's the art. It's the cover. It's the art. It's the cover. Which is it? Which is it? How do we know? How do we know? I love that picture. That's so funny. In fact, the bike almost looks like it's a person as well, like it's a creature as well,
Yeah.
with the way it's
Weird
designed.
gun placement.
That evil beluga, the evil dolphin, looks awesome. I love that. Also, Keller is great there too.
Then our hero, because I wanted to do my own design.
Skylord Jang Mistral. There's
Yeah, I don't get
Skylord.
to like design weird aliens a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like drawing muscly arms this time around. So.
No, for sure. This was I love this,
Nice.
and it's got the forearms that we need. I love the reds. It's good. Prince Justin said is getting a bit of an Avatar vibe from this. I could see that. I could see a little
I
bit.
guess.
Yeah, I love that. Good stuff. All right.
Then when we were attacked by the space biker, the redneck.
Again, the space biker, the attack, the space
Yes.
biker attack, biker attack. Very good.
Ignore the direction the light is coming from. It does not match up with the background.
It's totally fine. It's
whoops.
space. It all makes sense somehow.
Of course, totally.
Very good stuff.
Thank you.
Like that ship too. I love this drawing because I just love the droid. The droid was so
yeah,
cool.
he turned out really cute, didn't he?
He's really great. I love the idea. He's like, hello. And that was a wheel on the bottom. I didn't even notice that at first, that it was a wheel. That's very funny. He's just sort of sitting there.
Little robot guy. Then when we tracked him through the forest
Yep.
for Endor.
He's just like, come back, droid. Like, no, must find master. I love that.
Beep boop, kill all humans. And then our three best friends, the Mexican jellyfish.
Hey, gringo. Oh my God,
So
this space freaking the Mexican bandit jellyfish. I love that also it stays on their head somehow. Like the hat stays on there, the bandana stays on there, the eye patch stays. The scar, like what are you on a jellyfish?
But the eyes are fine, and the mustache, right? Or the guns, or
Yes.
anything, everything.
I love the shotgun behind too, with like the tentacle like wrapped in right.
Big Boss, I have not myself played Metal Slug, but I know of it because it has really beautiful pixel art, like some of the most beautiful in general, like ever. Like it looks amazing.
Ay
But no,
caramba,
not my kind of game.
we don't got to show you those stinking badges. Yeah, that's great. I love it. So that was some good art today, actually. I mean, it's always good art, but it was it's a very different feel from the last book as well. So that's fun to try something that's very different in feel. This is very much though a trolley book. Like whoever was writing this was just like, I'm going to be ridiculous over and over again. Like
I get to draw a lot of silly guys, so I'm not going to complain.
Exactly. This is lovely, Tari, as always.
Thank you.
Where can the lovely folks find you next, and where should they go check out your stuff, etc.?
People can find me on Tumblr, on Blue Sky, and on Kara at TariToons. And also, since the other week, you can find me on Gumroad, where I have now a shop where you can buy some art prints. And a very special book that I put together just for the channel, which contains basically all of the art I have made
So
for and on the channel. So please go grab a copy.
It's really good,
while I
like
still have
legit
them.
chat. Yeah, I was gonna say, how many do you have left? Do you know? Do you like? You don't have to give me an exact,
The
but are they running
store
low?
has tells me, I'm sure.
Oh, that's right. The numbers on there actually say. But the point is, act now. Like it's running. It's running low.
Oh,
like it's,
yeah, that link was to the Patreon. That one can just go deleted. That one doesn't go anywhere anymore. Because I don't use Patreon anymore. But yeah, go check out my Gumroad shop. Wait, let me go grab a link.
Yeah, put the link because we can reset it.
Well,
for
there is a command, but I forgot what the command was.
Oh, it's I remember. It's Tari Buy. It's this one. There it is.
Is it?
Tari Buy. Yep, I just did it.
Very nice.
There we go.
There
Yeah.
are currently 13 copies left of the book.
13 copies, and those are all hand bound, by the way, chat.
Yes.
And once they're gone, they're
Printed
gone.
and hand bound.
You know?
And also while you're at it, you can also grab a postcard or two from the store for various things.
Yeah, you should totally do.
So, yeah.
You should do those things. And yes, the Mort card is great. And there's a lot of great stuff. So you should totally support Tari that way because that's a good thing always. And you will also see Tari back here in 2 weeks when we're going to be doing Beowulf, and we will return to the world of Beowulf and to Genevieve and all those folks. So you can join us in 2 weeks for that.
Yes.
And which is going to be exciting, and then more of this game book, which has been fun so far, next month as we continue with a book that brings you gloopopotamuses and Mexican banded jellyfish.
Yes.
Clearly,
and yes, Big Boss.
That's what everyone
I
needs.
did do Ben from Full Throttle. I love Full Throttle.
So you should all spread the word about this, and you should get these things now because Tari is definitely worth it. And Tari, thank you. Now I know you can go eat and sleep.
Yes.
But thank you as always. This is always a great pleasure, and I am excited for seeing you in a couple of weeks for things.
Thank you for having me. Goodbye. Good night.
Goodbye. Chat, can we get some love for Tari?
Bye.
Bye, Tari.
Bye-bye.
All righty. Good stuff. That was good stuff. I really enjoyed that as always. And yes, That's the cover, which is cool enough. But yeah, Tari's art for this was amazing. So as I knew it would, I mean, listen, I think I ought to know by now that Tari is always going to bring it in every one of these situations. But it was good to know that once again, like the rising and setting of the sun, you can always rely on Tari to produce good work. So you can also rely on that cat who has been sitting there for a while. I wonder if I can zoom in on that cat. There we go. There is the sleeping Ganesh. Ganesh will stay there for hours and will doze off the whole time. Buddy. Oh, you on? Oh, yes. Hey, I've got pictures of you. I'm showing you off. Yeah, handsome. He is a handsome boy. So is the other one, but the other one is not up here. Sometimes the other one comes and sometimes he does not. Sherbert will come and greet me every time I get home from work or whatever. Sherbert will run into the kitchen and rub along my leg and immediately just be purring, and likes being picked up and stuff like that. But Ganesh will stay up here in my office just sort of hanging out, even though Ganesh does not come run to greet. So they have different personalities. And the one constant is they love everyone in the family and they love each other. So they love playing with each other and all that. So that's the one constant one way or the other. So that was fun. Now, for those of you who missed this, by the way, I did want to mention big day today and big day coming up next week. So as far as today is concerned, I'm going to be at 4 p.m. over on GOGCom's Twitch channel playing some Black Geyser Couriers of Darkness. Very excited about that. And then tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, it is the monthly session with our vocalists, and we're going to be wrapping up. I'm wrapping up probably Black Geyser this afternoon, and I'm going to tonight be wrapping up the Banner Saga 3 with the amazing our vocalists. You'll get a chance to see the end of that. Then tomorrow we have Community D&D, more Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And then Thursday we are going to be wrapping up probably Curse of the Fire Dragon with Unlimited Adventures Forgotten Realms. Now, I have good news about that because what happened originally was I was thinking that I was going to be playing Curse of the Fire Dragon all the way through into our subathon, which is happening a week from Friday, our second annual subathon called Arvathon. That's what I was expecting to do. But it looks like we have made such good progress with Curse of the Fire Dragon that instead I'm going to be wrapping that up on Thursday, or if not Thursday, then definitely soon thereafter. So, but that's okay because I was like, oh man, what am I going to do? Because I've really been having a great time with Forgotten Realms. I want to play it more. The numbers are starting to get better with that too. The viewer numbers, people are starting to tune into it, and I want to do it. So I'm going to talk on Thursday about the exact way in which the Arvathon is going to work. But the only thing I'm going to say now, as a sort of sneak preview, coming attractions type of thing, is that one thing I can say for sure is that we are going to be doing something which will allow you to, how do I put this? It's going to be a very involved set of adventures, and it's going to allow you not to just sub or support the Patreon so that I stream for longer on Friday and Saturday, coming up a week from this Friday and Saturday. Not just that, which is what we did last year and which worked really well, and I was a big part of what I was doing this year too. But you'll also be able to be a part of the adventure in several specific and very cool ways, based upon this other stuff that I found. Still Forgotten Realms, but it's going to be another more involved adventure. And again, I'll talk more about that when we get there, but super excited for it. I think it's actually going to end up being even better for the subathon purposes than Curse of the Fire Dragon was. So, and I love Curse of the Fire Dragon. It's been great, but this will be even better for that particular thing. So that's going to be cool. I am excited about that. But that's going to be for Thursday, for that I will tell you all the details about that. For right now, though, I'm going to rise up on out of here, and in 45 minutes, I will be up at GOGCom's Twitch channel playing the conclusion, or I think so. If it's not the last session, it's the second to last session, of Black Geyser Couriers of Darkness, which is going to be really cool, finishing up that RPG, and then back here tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Art Vocalists, finishing up with the Banner Saga 3, and then, yes, Community D&D tomorrow, Thursday, finishing up Curse the Fire Dragon and explaining how the subathon is going to work the week afterwards. And then Saturday, Eberron, Oracle of War, Eberron, as we continue with Stonefire. Been a little while since we've done that because I've been away, obviously, but it's going to be time to get back into that campaign. I am very excited for that. Yeah, I think it's going to be good, Imaginary Exponent, and I'm looking forward to that. If you liked what I know, I play RPGs. If you like what you saw and heard today, I hope you will follow the channel. I hope you will check out my YouTube with !ArvTube. Discord is !ArvCord. Twitter !ArvTweets. The TikTok is !ArvTalk. Website arvaneleron.com. Remember to check out the new Hearthglow podcast. Episode 4 for that podcast. 1 to 3 is already up there. Episode 4 will be releasing this week. And we have more episodes coming the next couple of weeks after this as well. So please support us there. Please also support us by checking out Gen GMs, which is Zach Clay's and my show that we do focusing on the DM and GMing tips, which is always a good thing. So definitely check that out. If you have not done so already, please consider as well supporting us. So again, that's all arvaneleron.com. If you haven't done so already, please support us on the financial side. !Arv Shop, that's my merchandise area. You can get swag from the various campaigns that we do and cool stuff for you as well as the channel. The Patreon, the one sitting right there, is !ArvTreon. That allows me to do a whole bunch of different things for the channel and supports not only this, but also my writing. So please support me over there if you can, and you can get cool stuff for yourself as well when you do that. Subbing to the channel gets you those custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. The subathon is coming up soon, next week, actually. Remember, it is September, so upgrading from a tier 1 to a tier 2 sub is cheaper this month. Going from a tier 2 to a tier 3 is cheaper. Going from Prime to a tier 1 sub, or if you've never subbed before, subbing for the first time, that's all cheaper. Giving someone a new gift sub or upgrading them, tier 1 to tier 2, tier 2 to tier 3, etc., those are all cheaper this month than they would be otherwise. So all of that is good stuff. And the Patreon is going to be giving you some good stuff as well. So we're really trying to push both the Patreon and subathon as well as a part of it. So it's going to be good times. On the publishing side, !Icarus, my graphic novel from Athos Arts. !Library, my Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And !Greyshade, that is my Greyshade IP. That is the Grey Assassin trilogy, Greyshade, Renegade, and Heretic from Athos Arts. You can get that right now at that link. You can also get the audiobook of Greyshade from our very own Trent Sparks there. And you can also pre-order the tabletop role-playing of Greyshade coming out from Alligator Alley from the mastermind of Brandon O'Brien, The Rising Tides. And that's going to be late this year, early next year. So you'll definitely want to support us with that. And as always, !BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. !Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And !Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message we will do so for others in the future as well. That is going to do it for me for now, but again, 45 minutes from now, join me on GogCom's Twitch channel for Pen and Pixels and the conclusion of Black Geyser Couriers of Darkness, and then right back here at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Arvocalis and the conclusion of the Banner Saga 3. And you, Christensen, thank you for doing that, and you are not going to be disappointed. I'm serious. Tari's art book has so much great art in it. It just is a reminder to me of like how amazing it's been to work with this awesome person over the last 7 years that we've been doing these things. So she made this as a special thing because of this event, and it's like super, super cool. So thank you for doing that. You will enjoy it. And also thank you for supporting her because it's totally worth it. Like no joke, it really is totally worth it. And I'm hoping that we get the support that we can as a part of this. Oh, thank you, T-2011. T-2011 has gifted a tier 1 sub to you, Christensen. Thank you. Thank you for doing that, T-2011. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Very kind of you. And welcome to all that stuff. Welcome to all the things, all the emotes and so forth. Also, that means that you, Christensen, now has the coveted, go ahead and talk, you, Christensen, because you have now the coveted new quill, which I believe is bronze? I don't remember what the quill cover is. There we go. Yeah. It's the 12-month sub. You have the coveted now bronze quill, I believe it is. So you can do that. And thank you for subscribing, T-2011. Thank you so much for doing that. And again, welcome to the channel. Very excited, folks. We're going to have a really great couple of months ahead with the channel, with my writing, with a whole bunch of other things. And it all starts with stuff that we're doing now and also the subathon happening next week. So thank you. It's going to be awesome stuff. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Dragon Spear, Emily the Invincible, Prince Justin, Triffity Mats, best mods in the business. Thank you again to the amazing Patreon supporters and subscribers, Dragon, Emily, Prince Justin, Triffity Mats. Thank you to Effect Life. Thank you to T-2011 for the sub and for the gift sub. And thank you to you, Christensen. And thank you again to Effect Life for making ArvBot Plus, which has been amazing and which is what allowed us to do our poll stuff for this thing. Thank you to Antoine, to Big Boss, to Black Fury, to Enthalpy Flow, to Imaginary Exponent, to Jagtress. Thank you to Kaido. Thank you to Mrs. Dunsel. Thank you to Quadralian. Thank you to Saturnius. Thank you to Tharo for joining us. And thank you to Zegrabor. Thank you, everyone, for being here. This is a good session today. I really enjoyed this. And I will see you folks at 4 p.m. Eastern over on GogCom's Twitch channel for Pen and Pixels and Black Geyser Couriers of Darkness. Until then, thank you so much, most of all, to TariToons for the amazing art today. And I'll see you lovely folks over at GogCom in just a little bit. Until then, everyone, please to be good to each other and have a good day.